Engineers of Estill County and Jarrett the winner, 14th region champions, and move on to the state baseball tournament.
Yeah, this one for all the marbles, and two really great teams here. We've got a chance to watch both of them play, and they're championship caliber teams, and we're going to see them kind of duke it out here tonight in a rematch of a region championship just a few years ago.
Yeah, both of these teams met earlier in the season, April 5th at Hazard. The Bulldogs come out on top in that one by a score of 9-6. And then just 15 days later, April 20th at Estill County, the Engineers get a 1-0 win over the Bulldogs. So a high-scoring game in the first one, a pitcher's duel in the second one. And, it's untelling really what we'll see here this evening. But like you said, Jared, two quality teams vying for a trip to the state tournament in Lexington here in just about a week.
Yeah, definitely. Just a huge monumental game, obviously, and like you said, Jeff, I think this one could really, this rubber match of sorts could really go either way in terms of scoring. The Estill County Engineers going to send out Jack Neese, who pitched in their first round matchup against Leslie County. He turned in a nice start for them. Then, he comes in with 10 appearances, eight of those by way of a start, 5-2 record, 2.82 ERA. On the other side for Hazard, going with Gage Logan. Even though I think, Tucker Napier, who threw in the first round for them against Wolf County and, threw a really good game until he kind of got knocked out in the middle inning. And I think he would have been available, but he's going to be at shortstop tonight while Logan's going to take the mound. So an interesting decision for Hazard. Logan's coming in with 12 appearances on the year, only 4 starts, but a 3-3 record and a solid 3.37 ERA. So it really starts with those guys on the mound. And, we'll have to see how they settle in early to kind of judge how the complexion of this game is going to turn out.
Yeah, it is. Estill County will be the home team simply because they're in the top half of the bracket. So Bulldogs will be coming to bat here shortly. They'll lead off with Max Pelfrey, Clint Davidson, and Gage Logan. The batting lineup for the Bulldogs, Jarrett, has been pretty consistent here in the postseason, and they've really been putting the bat on the ball.
Yeah, we saw them kind of tinker around just, here and there a little bit throughout the regular season. But once they hit tournament play, we've noted in the first round of the district where they moved Max Pelfrey to that leadoff spot. Since then they've had pretty much the exact same order throughout the postseason, so they found something they like, and obviously it's worked for them up until this point, so they're going to stick with it. Jack Neese has a tough task in front of him here in the top of the first inning, as he's got Max Pelfrey, a guy who can hit for singles and doubles as well as power, and Clint Davidson, who's seeing it about as well as anybody in the 14th region right now. And then rounding out the first 3 batters of this Hazard order will be Gage Logan, who's left the yard 3 times in this postseason.
Yeah, Gage Logan, a big bat. He hit one the other night. It hit off that cliff out there behind left field. And, calling that home run, I thought I may have called it too early, because when it left, it sort of went out. It was dark, and it went out on the field of play, and I thought, that ball's gone. And if it wasn't gone, I would apologize. But he hit it a ton. And the Bulldogs definitely have, the ability to go yard. You mentioned Gage Logan, also Max Pelfrey, Talon Goins. We've seen all those Bulldog batters, put one over the fence here in the postseason.
Yeah, they've really rounded out their lineup well. Talon Goins, the guy who leads the yard the other night, comes up with a huge hit in the second round against Powell County. Guys like Evan Aikman and Isaiah Johnson, who can really set the tone for this Hazard team if they're continuing to execute at the bottom of that order. So they've really, rounded into form throughout their lineup. So, Neese and these, any pitcher for Estill County tonight obviously going to have to deal with that. Don't have to worry about that continuity, but, good staff over there at Estill County and a good arm left-hander in Neese. Usually you would, give the edge to a team with a lot of right-handed batters against a left-handed pitcher, but in high school baseball in this area, you don't see lefties all too often. So it's a little bit different look, and Neese is a quality pitcher out there.
Yeah, it is. In the last 15 years, Hazard has 7 14th region championship. Estill County has 1, their last, back in 2009, the last one for the Bulldogs. In 2022, Breathitt County claimed this championship last year. So a new winner this year, and it will be the Engineers of the Bulldogs as the first pitch from Neese. The first pitch from Neese finds the strike zone. No balls, 1 strike. The Bulldog leadoff hitter, Max Pelfrey.
Really big first pitch to start the outing for Neese. Just a hard fastball in the corner, but located it well.
Second one swung on. Pelfrey couldn't catch up to it. No balls, 2 strikes to Pelfrey. He will be playing first base tonight. Comes in here in the the regional tournament, not the district, 1 for 7. So Pelfrey looking for a hit here to get things started for the Bulldogs. This one swung on, fouled off. Count will remain no balls, 2 strikes.
Good job from Pelfrey to adjust just a little bit there. Kind of shortens up just barely. Able to get a bat on that one. And, like you mentioned, Jeff, he's 1 for 7, had a hard time trying to bust through that in this 14th regional tournament. But, really, if you go back and look at it, he's hit a lot of hard ground balls and a lot of hard line drives that, unfortunately for the Bulldogs have been caught. So, at that point, it's just kind of a matter of perception. If you're Max Pelfrey, are you thinking about the fact that you're 1 for 7, or are you thinking about all the balls that you've hit?
Well, out of those 7 at-bats, Jared, he's only struck out 1 time, so those other 6 balls hit hard, put in play. As Pelfrey fouls this one off down the first base line, it will be foul as well. Going back in the history of this 14th region tournament, the last 15 years, once again, Estill County won it in 2009. 2010, it was Perry Central. Letcher Central, the only team other than Hazard to have multiple 14th region championships in that 15-year span. They won it in 11 and 13. Powell County won it in 12. 14 is really where Hazard started their run to dominance in this 14th regional tournament as Pelfrey laces this one out to right field, but the right fielder for Estill County playing perfectly to record out number 1 here in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, nice pitch by Jack Neese, and really just an overall solid at bat for him. To face Pelfrey, a good hitter, hits a hard line drive out there to right field. Sort of hangs up a little bit too long, but still pieced up pretty nicely, tailing toward that foul territory, but a nice play, as you mentioned, Jeff, from Hicks in right field.
Clint Davidson, new Bulldog batter. Once again, facing the big lefty, Jack Neese. This one's hammered over to second. Nice play by the second baseman for Estill County, Bryce Drake, to record out number 2 here in the top of the first.
Yeah, really nice start by Neese once again. It just comes over the plate, probably a little bit inside there against Clint Davidson. Kind of gets on his hands, and not a whole lot that he can do with that ball. Hits pretty hard for where it was located, but an easy play out there at second base. And I don't think Neese, has missed the strike zone so far tonight.
Gage Logan to the plate now for Hazard. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1 to the Bulldog pitcher. Getting the ball on the bump tonight for the 14th Region Championship. And the early game here tonight, Jared, and the shadows sort of creeping in here in right field, in the starting to come in on the infield, and that could play a role early on as that ball transitioning from the sun into the shadow is sort of hard to judge.
Yeah, totally. And I was even thinking about it just watching a few of these pitches. We've covered a lot of late games in this 14th Region tournament when we were at not Central, and kind of hard to pick up the pitches from up here, to be honest with you, with the sunlight out there.
It really is much easier in the dark. Yeah. 2 balls, 1 strike now to count to Gage Logan. And you said a late game. The semifinal win the other night in Hazard over Powell was definitely a late game. Didn't get out of here till around almost midnight, so much earlier here this afternoon. Another foul ball by Logan. Keeps the count 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the top of the first inning. No score between the Bulldogs and the Engineers of Estill County.
The 0-1 pitch, the 1-1 pitch before that, curveball not really pulled down into the zone. Comes back with a hard fastball there.
Fastball got him looking on the outside corner, so the Bulldogs go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody on base. We'll move to the top of the first when Estill County comes to bat after this short break. You're listening to the 14th Region Championship here in baseball right on your East Kentucky Sports Network.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Little Flower Clinic now hiring, seeking 2 experienced medical billing clerks. Come join our team. You can apply now by sending your resume to Christina at kymha.org. That's Christina, Kristina at kymha.org. Resumes must be received by Friday, June the 7th, 2024. See our Facebook page for additional information. Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Little Flower Clinic.
Your vintage helmet turns heads. Your leather jacket has more zippers than a blue jean factory. Your fingerless gloves fit you like a, No doubt about it. Owning a motorcycle makes you look cool, but insuring it with Kentucky Farm Bureau makes you look smart. You even get a multi-policy discount if you're already a Kentucky Farm Bureau customer. Kentucky Farm Bureau, now offering motorcycle insurance.
Visit or call Janet Smith, Kentucky Farm Bureau Agency Manager, or agents Major Gabbard and Chase Smith.
Since 1919, Mine Service Company has been servicing the coal mining industry with quality general mine supplies. Mine Service Company offers a wide range of products, including electrical cable, mine roof support material, lubricants, conveyor belts and structure, drain pipe, underground miner cap lights. They even have muck and Matterhorn boots and a wide selection of knee pads. Mine Service, locally owned on Highway 15 just south of Hazard, also with a branch on Business 23 in Wise, Virginia. Celebrating over 100 years in the mining industry. Mine Service Company.
WSGS Hazard.
Welcome back, folks. The 14th Region Championship Baseball Tournament. Here, Jeff Campbell and Jarrett Napier at Knott County Central. The Hazard Bulldogs taking on the Engineers of Estill County. 0-0, bottom of the first. Engineers coming to bat, and Jarrett Jackson dealt pretty effectively with that top three in Hazard's lineup to start the game.
Yeah, really important for him to come in, settle in, not be missing the strike zone, getting behind hitters, and he comes out and throws them. Just absolutely fills the strike zone up. So, it's going to be important for him to sort of mix things in and not live in the zone 100% of the time, just for the sort of sustainability that you're looking for out of a 14th Region Championship game starter. If he wants to go the whole game, probably not going to do it that way. But to start the game in complete command of your baseball is a great way to start, especially for the left-hander. For the Estill County Engineers, had a great kind of backdoor, almost like a slider to end the inning there. Kind of hard to tell from up here, but looked like it was pretty tight. And Gage Logan for Hazard looking to do the same thing against, you can say the same for Estill County here, top of their lineup for the Engineers.
Yeah, they will have the shortstop, Ethan Henry, the leadoff batter. He'll be followed by the center fielder, Tyler Brewer, and the designated hitter, Hayden Woolery. Due up, first pitch swung on, can't be handled over at third by Kincaid off his glove. So it's going to be a leadoff runner aboard for Estill County here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, first pitch fastball by Logan, a little bit elevated. Just a good hard swing by Henry coming out there. You can kind of see that he had it kind of made up in his mind that if he saw a fastball there, he was going to pull the trigger and hit the shot down to third base. Trace Kincaid tries the backhand, but ultimately can't come up with.
That will bring up Tyler Brewer, the center fielder, to the plate for the Engineers. Nobody out, runner on first here in the bottom of the first inning, in the 14th Region Championship. Gage Logan on the mound for the Bulldogs. Here's the first pitch to Brewers. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Looks like an off speed there. Looks like a little bit of that velocity taken off. Looks like a little bit of drop on it. Unsure if that was the changeup or the curveball. Just a little bit hard to pick up right now, but a great first pitch from Gage Logan to get ahead after being in the stretch after only one pitch in his outing.
Throw over to first, chases Henry back safely. Henry with a lot of speed. The Engineer shortstop over at first base. Logan giving him his due respect with that toss back over to first. Squares to bunt down the line. Fielded by Kincaid. Throw over to first. Not in time. That was a beautiful bunt right there by Tyler Brewer. It hugged the foul line, and Kincaid fielded it and threw over to first. Not in time, so an infield single for Brewer.
Yeah, couldn't have walked out there and placed it any better than Brewer. Put it down the third base line there. I know that Trace Kincaid, got a chance at that play at first, and you'd like to get that out, but that's more of a drag bunt. The runner's got a good start on you, and I think that ball may have just dwindled foul if he let it continue to roll.
This one swung on and hit the center field. Talon Goins coming on, makes the catch for out number one. That was Hayden Woolery who flew out to center field. So now Kenny Rose will come to bat. One out, runners on first and second for Estill County. 0-0 here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, first pitch fastball hunted out by Woolery there. Really puts a nice swing on it. Hits a hard line shot out into center field. A nice play by Talon Goins. But Estill County seeing the ball pretty well right now. And Kenny Rose, we saw this in the first round against Leslie County. He can hit a fastball hard if you leave it for him.
Kenny Rose, a nice player for the Engineers, tries to check his swing, and he does so. So ball one to Kenny Rose. He'll be playing third base tonight for Estill County.
Kind of where I thought Hazard would go there with the first pitch off speed. But, 0-0 in the first inning. Got to get that one over the plate. If you're Logan, misses outside, now puts himself in a fastball count.
Pitch misses outside. Appealed down the first. This time they say he swung. I thought he swung on the first one. Didn't on that one. Either way, the count 1 ball, 1 strike to Rose.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. I'll second that. But, hard to pick up down here. But they say no swing on the first, no swing there on a high and inside fastball.
1-1 pitch from Rose. He definitely swung at that one. So the count will be 1 ball, 2 strikes for the Estill County third baseman, Kenny Rose.
Rose still tries to check his swing, but certainly no doubt about that one. The off speed had him pulled. Not a whole lot of right to left movement on that. I think that's the changeup probably from Logan.
Logan challenges him with a fastball there. Rose fouls it up and out of play. The count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's still just kind of hard to tell that break, but that looked like a high fastball there, and Rose completely off balance, still able to foul it off. But that makes me really think that Gage Logan's primary off speed so far in this inning at least has been the changeup, which can be a really effective way to mix and match.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on, lifted to right center field. Goins comes on, calls Cheney off, makes the catch for out number 2 here in the bottom of the first. So Estill County put 2 runners on. Then the next 2 fly out to Goins, and it'll be up to Peyton Riddle to try to get a run in here for the Engineers.
Yeah, tough start to the inning for Gage Logan, but since then he's come back and pitched pretty well, especially that at bat against Kenny Rose, who's a great fastball hitter in particular. Just doing a great job of mixing his speeds. And Rose gets a fastball there, but can't get to it in time because he's a little bit off balance due to the speed changes.
Peyton Riddle, the new batter, fouls the first pitch from Logan up over the backstop for strike 1. The big left-hander for Estill County wears number 23 and plays left field for the Engineers.
We saw him be especially tough out against the Leslie County Eagles in round 1. A guy that's really hard to strike him out.
Pitch in the dirt will run the count even. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Looks like that off speed maybe again from Gage Logan there, starting below the zone and then kind of dropping into the dirt.
Logan checks the sign, glances back at the runner. Now they'll throw back, but Henry's back safely. Looking at Estill County's record here, 15 and 17 on the year. 4 of those 15 wins coming in the postseason. Estill County sort of getting hot at the right time. We're the district champions in the 56th district and advancing to this regional tournament as Riddle hits that one down the left field line. But Evan Aikman, a long run out in left field, but he hauls it in for out number 3. Nice play in left field by Aikman, and we'll move to the top of the second inning. No score here in the 14th Region Championship game, and we'll be back for that second inning after this break right here on your East Kentucky Sports Network.
Dig into Fazoli's Italian classics and find your new favorite. Our baked ziti, baked spaghetti, and loaded fettuccine alfredo are prepared with fresh, high-quality ingredients and all your favorite sauces and toppings, cooked to bubbly perfection. These Italian classics are loaded with flavor and handcrafted to order, just for you. And you can't forget about our unlimited signature garlic breadsticks. Find your new favorite with our Italian classics and break breadsticks with us only at Fazoli's. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary by location. Unlimited breadsticks, dine-in only. Tax not included. Fazoli's in loco or federally registered trademarks of Fazoli System Management, LLC.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust Bank has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay and Google Pay. Make payments directly from your smartphone. And Zelle, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet at ctbi.com or stop by and see us at one of our 79 branch offices.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
In Kentucky, basketball is a long-standing tradition steeped in championship history. We at Kemper Furniture are proud to be able to support the Big Blue Nation on WSGS. Come see us at Kemper Furniture and shop all the winning brands that have stood the test of time. And let our all-star team help you choose the best seat in the house. Kemper Furniture, families serving families since 1963.
WSGS.
Welcome back, folks. Top of the second inning here in the 14th Region Baseball Championship game. Hazard and Estill County. Top of the second inning. We'll see Tucker Napier, Trace Kincaid, and Skylar Cheney do up for the Bulldogs against Jack Sneeze, who got things going here early on, Jarrett.
Yeah, he's pitching well, really filling up the zone. First pitch ball there with a high fastball, but he's been in control so far.
Second pitch misses low in the dirt. Napier has to sort of hot step out of the way to avoid that one off the ankle. Probably a wise move from Tucker Napier.
Yeah, you see a lot of teams try to stand in there and kind of wear one to get on base, but when it's in that section, you might not be running on first base or playing the field the rest of the game.
I could see wearing one in the thigh, maybe the shoulder, but that ankle, getting out of the way. 2 balls, no strikes to Tucker Napier, the Bulldog shortstop tonight. This one swung on, lifted, foul down the right field line. And Jared, I mentioned early on, 2014 is really when this dominance in the 14th regional tournament started for Hazard. Within the last 15 years anyway, Hazard, the regional champions in 14, 16, 17, 18, that 2018 team making it to the Final Four, 19, then the COVID year in 2020, Bulldogs won it again in 21 and 22. So a pretty nice run for Hazard between 2014 and 2022.
Yeah, certainly, kind of had a little bit of a stronghold and, just a good pedigree, good feeder programs. And, they've been able to kind of sustain that success. And, they still have a couple guys, on this team that have experienced that before, maybe even some multiple-time champions on their roster.
Next 2 pitches missed inside for Napier, so he draws a leadoff walk. So Tucker Napier, first base, Trace Kincaid coming to the plate.
Yeah, I think all 4 misses there to surrender the walk to Tucker Napier coming inside. So it really seems to be, sort of the idea that they're trying to go with, particularly against him. I haven't really noticed that in the other 3 at bats, but really trying to pitch Napier inside. Something I've noticed, these Hazard hitters, for the most part, seem to be pretty late on Neese's fastball early in the game, so something they'll have to make an adjustment to.
Trace Kincaid squares the bunt, push bunt down the third base line. Rose fields it, throws it to first. Nice scoop over at first by Cheney to record the out on Kincaid, but the sacrifice bunt does move Napier over the second, puts him in the scoring position.
Yeah, big time scoop over at first base by Cheney, like you mentioned, to kind of save a free out that Hazard's given there. Not really a sacrifice. Trace Kincaid, a guy with a whole lot of speed that we've talked about over and over in this tournament. Left-hander, has an extra step out of the box. And, Kenny Rose already playing up on the edge of the infield grass, kind of anticipating that, especially, runner on first with no outs. But, probably would have been out anyways, but Kincaid kind of pushes that, like you mentioned, Jeff, and really gets up on Kenny Rose pretty quickly, so it's not a very stressful throw over the first.
Skylar Cheney, the right fielder, coming to the plate. The only Bulldog senior on this Hazard roster, and he's 4 out of 5 here in his regional tournament. He's really one of the guys that has a very hot bat for Hazard, and, rightfully so. He's got a lot of experience, and the only senior on this Bulldog squad.
Just a guy you'd really like to have in your batting order. Not really a power guy, but such great bat control and great speed on the base pass.
Fouls the first pitch off. No balls, 1 strike to Cheney.
Sees the fastball there over the middle of the plate, elevated a little bit. Takes a nice swing at it, just trying to hit a line drive somewhere. Fouls it off straight back. Interested to see if Estill County comes back off speed here or if they try to get that fastball a little bit inside.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Cheney in the dirt. Gets by the catcher. Napier almost goes to third. He gets about halfway, decides to retreat to second base, and it will be 1 ball, 1 strike to Cheney.
Yeah, it looked like the off speed there just bounced a little bit by Neese there. Not a bad pitch with a strike already, and looked like Tucker Napier was going to try to leg it out to third base there, but stumbles a little bit on his way. Decides to go back. Probably the right decision after the stumble, but the base given away by Hazard probably.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Cheney in the dirt again. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to the Hazard right fielder, Skylar Cheney.
Yeah, Neese looks like he's trying to get back to that low inside corner to the right-hander in Cheney. So, as a left-hander, trying to have to reach all the way across the plate to, drive that low and in to the right-handed hitter. Bounces it a little.
The pitch to Cheney, this one stays upstairs, 3-1. So after sort of having, command of his control in the first inning, Jack Sneese walks Tucker Napier and now faces a 3-1 count to Skylar Cheney.
Yeah, kind of not in that same rhythm. You never want to throw 100% of your pitches in the strike zone, but really want to live in there, especially in high school baseball.
3-1 pitch is out of the zone. Ball 4 to Cheney. His second walk of the inning for Jack Sneese. Now runners aboard at first and second for Hazard with Alan Goins coming to the plate.
Yeah, big hitter and Goins come to the plate. I think we'll see aggressive swings from him if he sees any fastballs early in the count. But, important for Neese here, try to get ahead against Goins. If he's able to settle in with a 2-0, 3-1 count, something along those lines, he can be really aggressive and not have to worry about anything except trying to hit a fastball as hard as he can. So important to get ahead, especially against a hitter like Goins in this situation.
Goins calls time, steps out of the box. He's taking a little too much time for Goins, and he was sort of checking those runners. Both runners on the bases for Hazard, Tucker Napier and Skylar Cheney, both with excellent speed. Here's the first pitch to Goins on the way. Fastball, strike 1.
Yeah, really nice pitch there, keeping that one down and, away on that outside corner to Goins. Great job getting ahead, and that's a big pitch for Neese, kind of exactly what you need to do there. Get ahead of Goins, try to lean on that off-speed stuff. Importantly, Estill County holding the runner on first base, even with a runner on second, taking advantage of that left-handed pitcher and Goins being a pull hitter.
Goins takes a hack at this one, couldn't catch up to it. He's quickly behind, no balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that one down and in to Goins. Really, really well-located pitch from Neese. Looks like he took a second to just step off between batters there, and he faced Goins in control once again. And, really, Goins just kind of a golf swing almost at that one as he's too late before he realizes it's way in on his hand.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from Neese. Fouled back by Goins. He'll stay alive, but the count still remains no balls, 2 strikes.
Like off speed there from Neese, getting back to the outside corner. Some trend we see a lot, trying to keep the hard stuff on the inside part of the plate and use off speed on the outside. And Goins was fooled there, but doesn't good enough job to control the barrel of the bat and get a piece of it to see another pitch.
Here is that 0-2 pitch. Big curveball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded by the second baseman. Steps on 2 over to first to get going for the 4-3 double play to end the inning. And we'll move to the bottom of the second inning, still scoreless, 0-0. With Estill County coming to bat when we return from this break right here on your East Kentucky Sports Network.
Appalachian Wireless, where your connections matter the most, and they make staying connected very simple. At this very moment, you can get up to $550 off select devices on new or renewed line, then simply choose the Appalachian Unlimited or Mix and Match plan, and you're good to go. This offer good in-store only. Terms and conditions may apply. And by the way, 10% off all accessories. So pay a visit to your favorite Appalachian Wireless location today, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
If your pipes are broke, your hot water's a joke. Who you gonna call? Hot Gully! And your drains won't drain, driving you insane. Who can you call? Hot Gully! Call 233-5936. Call 233-5936. You better call Todd.
What's in a name anyway? Well, our answer is everything. Because we're the store that puts our promise to you right in our name. Save-A-Lot Food Stores. Now, Save-A-Lot isn't just a name we pick for ourselves. It's a name we've earned by bringing you only the best grocery items, freshest produce, and quality meat available at the best possible value every day. That's Save-A-Lot.
Save money at your local Save-A-Lot store in Hazard and in Hyden.
WSGS.
Welcome back, folks, to Knox County Central High School for the 14th Region Baseball Championship. Jeff Campbell and Jarrett Napier here to bring you all the action between the Hazard Bulldogs and the Estill County Engineers. Moving to the bottom of the second inning, Estill County coming to bat still scoreless, 0-0, and pitchers duel thus far, Jarrett.
Yeah, they've both kind of worked herself into, smaller kind of jams, but they've been able to get out of it so far. And Logan coming out for his second inning of work, trying to, ride the ship with the first batter, trying to put these engineers away quickly.
First pitch, a ball to the batter, Kyler Cheney. Fouls the second one off, 1 ball, 1 strike. It'll be Kyler Cheney, Kenyon Hicks, and Mason Griggs due up to get things started for Estill County here in the bottom of the second inning.
Still an effective part of their order. Good hitters that Logan will have to face this inning. Doing a good job living around the zone with these first 2 pitches. Had Cheney a little bit off balance with the second pitch.
Curveball misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike now to the left-hander, Kyler Cheney.
Yeah, you could really see him, kind of getting his arm out in front of him just a little bit, trying to spin that curveball. Not a whole lot of break on it. Stays it out well outside.
In the dirt, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. And Cheney looking really right here, Jared, for any way to get on base for the Engineers.
Yeah, as a leadoff hitter in only the bottom of the second inning, 3-1. It can be aggressive if you see a pitch that you really like, but ultimately going to be pretty selective here, I would imagine, just trying to work itself on base.
Here's the pitch, one miss outside, ball 4. So Cheney draws the leadoff walk, and it will put a base runner aboard for Estill County with nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, nice approach from Cheney there. 4 takes, swung at 1 pitch, but it was a fastball that he kind of liked the location on, fouled it straight back, just missed. Good looking balanced swing, but ultimately Logan struggles with location there and surrenders a 3 base runner to the Engineers to work himself back in the stretch once again.
Kenyon Hicks now batting, squares to bunt, bunts it back to Logan, fields it over to first to retire Hicks, but the sacrifice is effective as it moves Cheney over to second, puts him in scoring position with only 1 out.
Yeah, good idea for Estill County here. Runners on base with no outs this early in the game. You want to make sure that you just get him over in scoring position. And, not the greatest spot there is just sort of back up the middle, right back at the pitcher, Logan. And, I think they really had a good chance at Cheney at second base there. I was looking before the pitch. He was maybe a step and a half off of first base.
First pitch to the new batter, Mason Griggs, the catcher for Estill County, catches the outside corner, strike 1 to Griggs.
Looks like a good curveball there from Gage Logan, working across that strike zone, catching the corner.
0-1 pitch. Tries to check his swing. He could not. It'll be no ball, strike 2 to Griggs.
Yeah, high inside fastball there. And Griggs offers up at it. Kind of checks his swing there, but turns his body. And I think really the deciding factor there is he's trying to get out of the way of the ball, and in doing so, brings the bat across the zone.
Third pitch, strike 3, gets Griggs looking for out number 2, the first strikeout of the night for Gage Logan.
Yeah, nice job by him to take the free out that Estill County decided to give him with the sacrifice bunt. Probably had to play at second base, but it's probably a mature move as well to just take that free out that they give you, and comes back delivering a few really nice pitches for an important second out. Like there's a baseball out on the field.
Yeah, there's some youngins, so to speak, some kids out behind the outfield playing catch, and I think the ball ends up in center field. Nice job by our umpiring crew to see that and get it off the field. But now there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. A runner on second for Estill County with a number 9 hitter, the second baseman, Bryce Drake, coming to the plate.
It's really important for Gage Logan to try to get this 9-hole hitter out. Drake is a very capable hitter in his own right out of that 9-hole, but they don't want to turn it back over to the top.
Foul ball goes up on the hill behind us, and it's caught cleanly by someone sitting up there near the tree line. Because that's in banana ball, the batter's out.
Yeah. A lot of talent around the ballpark.
I'm telling you. We were talking about those seats earlier, and it's, you're sort of sitting on the edge of that cliff up there, and it's a really good view, but one misstep, and things could go south in a hurry. Second pitch from Logan, misses low in his own. 1 ball, 1 strike to Drake.
Looks like the curveball from Gage Logan that time, just working a little bit underneath the zone. Good action on it. It's almost grazing the dirt.
This one swung on, grounded to the shortstop. Napier fields it over to first to retire Drake for out number 3. So we've played 2 complete innings, still no score. 0-0 here in the 14th Region Baseball Championship. We'll move to the 3rd inning when we get back from this break right here on your East Kentucky Sports Network.
When it comes to banking, you need a bank that is ready and willing to help you realize your dreams. At People's Bank and Trust, customers come first, offering you a relationship with local people that's built on trust and respect. People's Bank and Trust shares your vision for success, and their team can help you see the results. That's People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for personalized health care that's efficient and close to home? Primary Care Center is now your destination for comprehensive health care in the center of your community. With a team of experienced and caring local providers, we offer a range of services. We have locations in Hazard, Hyden, Hindman, Fico, and now our new Whitesburg location. Stop by today and walk-ins are welcome. That's Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky.
Having electric motor problems? Then you, my friend, need to call Maggard Electric. Located on Highway 15, 6 miles north of Hazard, Maggard Electric has over 300 electric motors in stock, and their EASA-approved staff has more than 30 years' experience in electric motor repair. Swimming pool motors and complete pumps, motor for air compressors, heat pumps, furnaces, and air conditioners. At Maggard Electric, they have it, or they'll get it at the best price. Maggard Electric, serving Perry and surrounding counties. Highway 15 north of Hazard, 436-6886.
WSGS.
Welcome back, folks, to Knox County Central High School here in Hyman, Kentucky on a beautiful evening for high school baseball. The 14th Region Baseball Championship, Jeff Campbell and Jarrett Napier bringing you all the action between the Estill County Engineers and the Hazard Bulldogs. And Jarrett, the winner of this one, will take on the 2nd Region champion Hopkinsville on Friday, June the 7th at 8:30 p.m. at the Legends Field there in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah, playing for a matchup against a pretty tough team there in Hopkinsville. Always that 2nd region, pretty solid baseball being played out there. And, obviously any team that's able to make it to the state tournament, good quality, but they'll have a tough opponent, whoever the winner is.
For the Bulldogs here in the top of the 3rd inning, Evan Aikman leading things off. He quickly gets ahead 2 balls, no strikes. He will be followed by Isaiah Johnson, and back to the top of the lineup in Max Pelfrey. Once again, due up for the Bulldogs here in the 3rd inning.
A big part of the lineup for them that we've seen, give them a jolt of energy in a couple of these postseason games.
There's a strike from the Estill County pitcher, Jack Sneese, runs the count to 2 balls, 1 strike to Evan Aikman, the Hazard left fielder.
In 2-0 count there, Aikman content to take that one on the low inside corner maybe.
Aikman rips this one up the middle to center field. That'll be a leadoff single, and that was a nice hit right there from Evan Aikman.
Yeah, just a really classy at-bat there. Takes those first 2 balls, works himself ahead 2-0 in a good situation. And, isn't overly aggressive on that 2-1 pitch. A lot of guys think if they see a fastball, period, they need to pull the trigger on it and try to put a swing on it. But, he realizes probably not the pitch that he's going to be most successful against, as it's kind of a driving fastball low and inside there. Content to just take that one 2-1, gets another fastball, rips it back up the middle for a leadoff single for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting for Hazard. Isaiah Johnson, the 2nd baseman, now coming to the plate. Nobody out here in the top of the 3rd inning in the 14th Region Championship. Neese takes the toss back over to first, chases Aikman back safely.
Good look there as a potential bunt situation on here. 9-hole hitter Johnson. We've seen him lay down some bunts this year. Try to get a runner in scoring position. Content to give away 1 out there, but Estill County prepared for it as Kenny Rose way up the line.
Squares to bunt now. Throw back down to first. But Johnson pulls the bunt back. There's the ball. And throw to first. Aikman dives back safely. So nothing lost, nothing gained on that move. 1 ball, no strikes to Isaiah Johnson.
Curveball way outside. Aikman probably anticipating the bunt a little bit too much, but Estill County decided to bring in the 3rd baseman and the 1st baseman, so not necessarily a close play at first.
Johnson squares the bunt, can't get it down. bunts it foul. 1 ball, 1 strike now to the Bulldogs second baseman.
Yeah, probably offers up at a ball there, but maybe just seeing a fastball a little bit out there. Trying to go ahead and put it down that first base line. It's a lot easier to do that on a pitch that's outside for a right-hander. Kenny Rose is, 15 feet away from Johnson at the plate by the time he's trying to bunt the baseball.
Squares the bunt, bunts it foul down the first base line. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Johnson.
Just misses that one, foul down that first base line. It's important for him to try to angle the bat, get it down that part of the infield as Kenny Rose is so close by. You're bunting to get the runner over to second base, so you don't want to play over there. Trying to bunt down the first base line, but just can't keep it in fair territory. And, the 2 strikes here, you'd expect Hazard probably to go away from that. But we've seen that over the years with Hazard teams, bunting with 2 strikes.
Yeah, not afraid to pull the trigger. Runner goes. They throw to first. Got him in a little bit of a rundown. Throw down to second. They safe. Nice heads-up base running by Evan Aikman. He went on the throw to first, but the throw from first to shortstop not in time as Aikman dives in safely. Moves into second with stolen base.
Yeah, Hazard trying to be really aggressive. Just want that runner in scoring position. So badly, as we can tell from the bunt call and then the steal call there. Aikman has really picked off, but against the lefty, especially when they go to that high open move, if you're stealing, a lot of teams want you to just go ahead and take off there because it's so difficult to execute that high move. Multiple throws and catches in there have to go right, and Espacani does a really nice job. The ball beats Aikman to second base, but he kind of swim moves around the tag to be safe.
His swing and a miss by Johnson. He'll go down on strike for out number 1 here in the top of the 3rd inning. But Aikman once again at second now with Pelfrey and Davidson due up. And both those guys definitely capable of driving a run in right here.
Yeah, nice pitch by Neese there to finish off Isaiah Johnson at the plate. Looked like he just kind of blew one by him there. So now you can face Pelfrey with an out in your back pocket. You do have the runner in scoring position, but still going to have to make pitches, but the situation's a little bit better for you now.
Here's the first pitch to Pelfrey. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the Bulldogs leadoff hitter.
3 straight first pitch balls from Neese in this inning. So, we had only seen 2 in the previous complete 2 innings of work. So, struggling getting ahead this inning. Going to have to get back in this count against Pelfrey as you don't want to get so far behind that you have to throw him a fastball over the plate.
Here is the pitch to Pelfrey, hammered into right field, but right at the right fielder. I thought for a moment that was going to be over his head, but Canyon Hicks had Pelfrey played it perfectly. Now that will be 2 outs for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, that one just another example of Max Pelfrey seeing a fastball well and absolutely smashing one, but unfortunately for the Bulldogs, that was caught. But if you're Estill County getting an important second out there on a hard-hit ball, Aikman doesn't tag from second base on a ball to right field, that he might have a good opportunity to beat that one out if he tries to take third. Never want to make that last out at third base, though, so it's going to be a little bit conservative.
Clint Davidson, the new Bulldog batter, watching strike 1 paint the outside corner. Now a hit from Davidson would more than likely score Aikman as he'll be moving on contact here with 2 down in the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, he'll have a good jump, but it's probably going to take a base hit from Clint Davidson, but not too much to ask from him.
Davidson grounds it back up towards second base. Fields over to first in time to retire Davidson for out number 3. So the Bulldogs leave 1 man stranded here in the top of the 3rd. They have 1 hit, no runs, and no errors, and the 1 left on base. We'll move to the bottom half of the 3rd when we get back from this break right here on your East Kentucky Sports Network.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Little Flower Clinic now hiring, seeking 2 experienced medical billing clerks. Come join our team. You can apply now by sending your resume to Christina at kymha.org. That's Christina, Kristina at kymha.org. Resumes must be received by Friday, June the 7th, 2024. See our Facebook page for additional information. Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Little Flower Clinic.
Your vintage helmet turns heads. Your leather jacket has more zippers than a blue jean factory. Your fingerless gloves fit you like a, well, you know. No doubt about it. Owning a motorcycle makes you look cool, but insuring it with Kentucky Farm Bureau makes you look smart. You even get a multi-policy discount if you're already a Kentucky Farm Bureau customer. Kentucky Farm Bureau, now offering motorcycle insurance.
Visit or call Janet Smith, Kentucky Farm Bureau Agency Manager, or agents Major Gabbard and Chase Smith.
Since 1919, Mine Service Company has been servicing the coal mining industry with quality general mine supplies. Mine Service Company offers a wide range of products including electrical cable, mine roof support material, lubricants, conveyor belts and structure, drain pipe, underground miner cap lights. They even have muck and Matterhorn boots and a wide selection of knee pads. Mine Service, locally owned on Highway 15 just south of Hazard, also with a branch on Business 23 in Wise, Virginia. Celebrating over 100 years in the mining industry. Mine Service Company.
WSGS Hazard.
Welcome back, everyone, to Knott County Central High School for the 14th Region Baseball Championship between the Engineers of Estill County and the Bulldogs of Hazard. No score yet as we move to the bottom of the third inning. The Engineers coming to the plate and have the top of their lineup due in Ethan Henry, Tyler Brewer, and Hayden Woolery.
Yeah, second time through the order here, and Estill County threatened to some degree in each inning. So they're going to have another opportunity for the top of their lineup, especially after they've already seen Gage Logan once. So we'll see how Gage Logan settles in, and if he can, find that consistent off speed that he can, move around, keep in the strike zone when he needs to, and work off the plate. I think that's the question that you're asking of him now at this point in the ball game. And if not, Estill County, looking to try to break through on some fastball.
Brewer reached first base after an error in the first inning. He sees a ball here, 1 ball, no strikes to the Engineer shortstop, Ethan Henry.
Yeah, that curveball not really executed to the best of Logan's ability, just never really pulled that one. And Clint Davidson behind the plate doesn't even offer up to try to catch that.
Second pitch in the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes to Henry.
Logan maybe a little bit wary of coming back with that 1-0 fastball over the plate to the leadoff hitter in Henry, who's got a nice bat. Started off the game with a hard hit ball down to third base.
Another hard hit ball down the third base line, but foul. That ball was absolutely smoked. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Henry.
Yeah, saw the fastball well. It's on the outside part of the plate, but kind of just moves his body, gets out on the front foot a little bit, but just unleashes on that one, hits a shot down to the hot corner there, but foul down that third base line. But I think if there's any opportunity, Gage Logan's going to try to work that off speed after that pitch.
Probably gave his head coach, Brian Crow, a little jolt of adrenaline there as that one sort of whizzed by the old ball coach, coaching third for the Engineers.
Still got the agility, getting out of the way there. Hard hit ball, screaming, probably heard that one go past his head.
No doubt. You don't know the story, the Estill County coach Brian Crow sort of took over this pitch from Logan, finds the strike zone, 2 balls, 2 strikes now after his son Blake Crow was tragically killed in a weird incident. He was electrocuted in his front yard after a down power line, and certainly a tragedy for all of our friends over in Estill County. Blake Crow was a teacher and a baseball coach at Estill County, and I think that was during your senior year, Jared, and his dad stepped in. Brian Crow, been coaching ever since and doing a fine job for the Engineers.
He sure is, and just a tragic occurrence, but a lot of respect for that program. Both Coach Crows, they've done an outstanding job, and they're 2 class acts.
Gage Logan retires Ethan Henry after the strikeout. Henry couldn't catch up to that curveball, so 1 out now here in the bottom of the third with Tyler Brewer coming to the plate.
Really important pitch there for Gage Logan. Really nice curveball, one of the better ones, maybe the best one that we've seen all afternoon from him. Able to work that off the outside corner with a full count to an aggressive Henry. Really nice pitch, gets Henry down swinging.
Brewer had a bunt single back in the first inning. First pitch outside, ball 1 to Brewer.
Fastball elevated and a little bit outside there. Misses, so now Brewer ahead 1-0. He bunted in his first at bat. He's going to have the opportunity to swing now.
Second pitch inside, ball two. 2 balls, no strikes to Brewer.
Like another fastball there, just kind of driving down and in on Brewer, missing the zone just barely, but he's way ahead. Be aggressive.
He is aggressive on this one, but foul into the Bulldog dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike to count.
Aggressive swing there, but maybe a little bit too aggressive, trying to pull that outside pitch, and it just kind of rolls those hands over, and it's hit pretty hard, but just kind of a ground ball to that left side.
Pitch down low, ball 3, 3-1 now.
Logan, another fastball there. Looks like he was trying to get back to that outside corner as they saw Brewer just kind of rolling over on the outside pitch.
3-1 pitch down low, ball 4. The walk will put Brewer on first with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That's the second walk of the game for Logan. But now he'll face Woolery, who flew out to center field in his first time at bat.
Yeah, he hit a hard shot in his first at bat, and if you're Logan, you never want to give up 3 bases, but it's going to make facing this tough 3 and 4 spot in the Engineer lineup a little bit more difficult. I mean, I guess you have the double play opportunity open to you, but definitely going to need to execute some pitches.
The throw over to first chases Brewer back safely. And that's something, if you're Hazard, you're trying to prevent, is him getting too big of a lead and taking second base.
Yeah, you don't want to steal here, and you want to keep him close for any double opportunities. Try to have him give yourself a place to play.
Pitch was in the dirt, couldn't be handled by Davidson. Brewer takes second after the wild pitch, and now Estill County has a runner on second with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, another free base there given away by the Bulldogs. And, Logan just really kind of flies open and spikes that one into the left-hand batter's box. And, it's all Davidson can do to even get over there in the first place, but it takes kind of a high hop and almost hops back over his shoulder to get all the way just back to the backstop.
Pitch is going to be upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes now to Brewer. Or is that 3-0?
That might be 3-0 to Woolery here.
Woolery. I keep saying Brewer. I said it when Henry was batting, and now I've said it when Woolery's batting. Pitch that one just misses outside. Now it's 3-0 to Hayden Woolery, the Estill County designated hitter.
3-0 now. He'll certainly, I think just in this stage of the ball game, and with Kenny Rose on deck, I think he'll be conservative here. Conservative indeed, as this pitch misses upstairs. Ball 4, back-to-back walks for Gage Logan, puts runners at first and second for Estill County. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and Jarrett, like you said, a very dangerous Kenny Rose coming to the plate. Yeah, dangerous Kenny Rose indeed, and Hazard's going to take an opportunity to kind of talk it over here as Gage Logan struggling with a little bit of location. They're going to have a little meeting on the mound, kind of talk about some things like that. Also, just address the situation with runners on first and second. Especially with no outs at the bunt opportunity, but with 1 out, Kenny Rose at the plate. Logan struggling to locate, I think, that Kenny Rose. Yeah, Kenny Rose is up. I'm sorry that they have both hitters out here. And Riddle, who's the next hitter, was actually talking to Rose. Kind of talking a little bit of strategy there, but I think he'll be looking to pick out a fastball and hit it hard somewhere.
I think Riddle just felt lonely over there in the on-deck circle. He just went to Rose and the head coach, Brian Crow, just to see what was going on.
Yeah.
But, he's retreated back to that circle now. Rose in the batter's box. Runners on first and second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. No score, 0-0 here in the 14th Region Championship game between Estill County and the Hazard Bulldogs.
Max Pelfrey, first baseman for the Bulldogs, is going to play up on the edge of the grass here. Rose, not really an opposite field hitter.
Another ball in the dirt. Gets by Davidson. Runners advance. Brewer to third, Woolery to second, and that's back-to-back, almost back-to-back wild pitches for Logan here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, same sort of thing there from Logan. Looks like he's trying to get the off speed to that outside corner. Maybe just a little bit wary of trying to prevent against hanging one against Kenny Rose, knowing how he can punish a baseball. trying to get to the outside corner and just flying open with that left side, putting it all the way in the left-hand batter's box.
Pitch finds the strike zone. Nice comeback pitch from Logan. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike to Rose.
And I think, Rose probably all take there just given the situation as far as wild pitches go and just, the 2 walks already in the inning for Gage Logan. But that would have been a pitch that in any other at-bat I think he would have offered up at.
Rose offers up at this one. Hits the fly ball to right field. Cheney's underneath it. Runner's going to tag. Here's the throw. It's going to throw to third. And both runners safe. So Estill County strikes first on the sacrifice fly from Kenny Rose to score Tyler Brewer. The Engineers lead 1-0, but now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, Rose hits that one well, but just a little bit underneath it. Actually does go opposite field to the right fielder out there, Skylar Cheney, who actually has a pretty good idea, I think, trying to cut down the runner at third base. Maybe thinks he has a better opportunity at the end. The runner tagging from second is going to be a lot more conservative than the runner tagging from third. Not much of a play at home. Gives it a shot, but Estill County doing a nice job on the base path.
The new batter, Peyton Riddle, for the Engineers. Flew out to left field his first at bat. He's got a runner on third with 2 down. Trying to drive in another run. Estill County on top now 1-0. This one, a hard hit ball at shortstop, fielded by Napier on to first to retire Riddle for out number 3. But the Engineers strike first. They put up 1 run here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and they will take that 1-0 lead as we move to the 4th inning after this break right here on your East Kentucky Sports Network.
Dig into Fazoli's Italian classics and find your new favorite. Our baked ziti, baked spaghetti, and loaded fettuccine Alfredo are prepared with fresh, high-quality ingredients and all your favorite sauces and toppings, cooked to bubbly perfection. These Italian classics are loaded with flavor and handcrafted to order, just for you. And you can't forget about our unlimited signature garlic breadsticks. Find your new favorite with our Italian classics and break breadsticks with us only at Fazoli's. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary by location. Unlimited breadsticks, dining only. Tax not included. Fazoli's and logo are federally registered trademarks of Fazoli System Management, LLC.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust Bank has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay and Google Pay. Make payments directly from your smartphone. And Zelle, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet at ctbi.com or stop by and see us at one of our 79 branch offices.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
In Kentucky, basketball is a long-standing tradition steeped in championship history. We at Kemper Furniture are proud to be able to support the Big Blue Nation on WSGS. Come see us at Kemper Furniture and shop all the winning brands that have stood the test of time. And let our all-star team help you choose the best seat in the house. Kemper Furniture, families serving families since 1963.
WSGS.
Welcome back, everyone, for the 14th Region Baseball Championship. Jeff Campbell, Jarrett Napier bringing you all the action between Estill County and Hazard. Estill County on top 1-0. Bulldogs coming to bat here in the top of the 4th inning, Jarrett, and you figure you got to score 1 run anyway, so 1 run will tie it up, 2 will take the lead if you're Hazard.
Yeah, it doesn't kill you there, but important for Estill County. They are able to strike first blood. Take advantage of a couple free bases given away by the Bulldogs defense. Ultimately, it's Kenny Rose with the sac fly to bring in that first run of the ball game.
Yeah, Estill County scoring that run. They didn't have a hit. They had 2 walk batters and a couple wild pitches score on the Rose sac fly. Here it's Gage Logan at the plate for Hazard. No balls, 2 strikes to Logan. That foul ball nearly decapitated someone sitting up on the hill.
It fouled straight back, and looks like Logan really off balance after swinging and missing on a first pitch fastball. Looks like Neat came back with the change up away there, had Logan really out on the front foot.
Change up right there, got Logan swinging. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, retires Logan via the strikeout for out number 1. That's Neat's second strikeout of the game.
Yeah, one of the more off balance swings that we've seen from Gage Logan in tournament play, especially. You see Neats really drop that left arm. He's a left-handed pitcher, but really drop that arm slot on that off-speed pitch and just worked it to that outside corner, and Logan didn't really know what to do with it.
Tucker Napier, the new batter for Hazard, fouls the first pitch up and out of play. Strike 1 to Napier, he walked in his first at bat back in the second inning, and you said Logan was a little off balance, but Jackson East was ahead early in that count, and sort of in the driver's seat, and probably part of the reason he was off balance. Big curveball full Napier there. He thought about swinging, tried to hold up, but could not. No balls, 2 strikes to Tucker Napier.
Yeah, Napier just completely fooled again. Like you said, Jeff, if Neese is able to get ahead, he can really do that because he's able to mix those 3 pitches and even add another arm slot in there. For the most part, he's had hazard hitters behind on the fastball. So they're geared up trying to get to that fastball, and then you just drop an off speed in there that looks like a fastball halfway to home plate. It can be sort of backbreaking, especially in those first couple at bats. Hazard might be able to settle in and change approaches and make adjustments later into his outing. But as for right now, he seems to be in control.
No balls, 2 strikes to Napier. His pitch misses just a bit outside for 1 ball, 2 strikes. I want to say hello to my good friend Kevin Campbell, tuning us in here on WSGS and East Kentucky Sports Network. Kevin, a fine baseball player back at Dills Combs, a 2-sport player for Thomas More, basketball and baseball back in the day, and just a fine all-around guy, Kevin Campbell. Napier hammers this one to left field, but right at the left fielder, Peyton Riddle for out number 2 here in the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, it looks like Tucker Napier made a nice adjustment. Hits a hard shot out into left field. But like you said, Riddle comes up with a nice play there. One of those plays we always mention, hard shot right at you. Looks like he had some trouble judging that one, especially early. Kind of takes a couple steps back, step or 2 in, stops for a second, and then finally makes a final lunge and is able to come up with that one. It's a really nice, sort of underrated play.
Trace Kincaid, the new batter. Pitch inside, nearly hits him. 1 ball, no strikes to Kincaid. Kincaid laid down a sacrifice bunt back in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, that one missing high and inside, sort of in that section where Kincaid, you might think, would wear that one. Just doesn't quite come back into him enough to hit him.
1 ball, 1 strike now to Kincaid. Or 2 balls, no strikes, to Kincaid. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This one catches the outside corner, strike 1. Now it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Kincaid batting from the left-hand side.
Looks like that may have even been 2-0 off speed, kind of that slider look from Neese. It's the outside corner.
Here's the pitch. Kincaid grounds it back to the pitcher. Neese fields it, tosses to first. It'll be 3 up, 3 down for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Engineers coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th inning after this short break on your East Kentucky Sports Network.
Appalachian Wireless, where your connections matter the most, and they make staying connected very simple. At this very moment, you can get up to $550 off select devices on new or renewed line. Then simply choose the Appalachian Unlimited or Mix and Match plan, and you're good to go. This offer good in-store only. Terms and conditions may apply. And by the way, 10% off all accessories. So pay a visit to your favorite Appalachian Wireless location today, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
If your pipes are broke, your hot water's a joke. Who you gonna call? Hot Louie! And your drains won't drain, driving you insane. Who can you call? Hot Louie! Call 233-5936. Call 233-5936. You better call Todd.
What's in a name anyway? Well, our answer is everything. Because we're the store that puts our promise to you right in our name. Save-A-Lot Food Stores. Now, Save-A-Lot isn't just a name we pick for ourselves. It's a name we've earned by bringing you only the best grocery items, freshest produce, and quality meat available at the best possible value every day. That's Save-A-Lot.
Save money at your local Save-A-Lot store in Hazard and in Hyden.
WSGS.
Welcome back, folks, to Knott County Central High School. Back to action. Kyler Cheney flies out to left field on the first pitch to get things started as we're coming back on the air. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the Bulldogs here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, good result for Gage Logan, but I'll tell you, a nice piece of hitting from Cheney. Sees that one on the outside part of the plate. Hit sort of a high fly ball that went pretty long out to left field there, slicing back toward the foul line away from him. And a nice play by Evan Aikman to judge that one for the first out for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Evan Aikman sort of caught off balance. Thought it may drop for a hit, but Kyler Cheney, I'm your Huckleberry, makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, nice play there. Once again, just kind of over his right shoulder there out in left field. Has to drop back, drop that right foot back, and find a way to get underneath it.
New batter for Estill County, Canyon Hicks. At the plate. No, is that the count? I don't think it is. It 3-1?
I think so.
3 balls, 1 strike to Higgs. He laces this one back up the middle to Talon Goins. He drops down to one knee, fields it, gets it back in. So 1 out single for Hicks. Puts a base runner aboard for Estill County here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, good solid approach by Hicks there. Stays within himself. Lets Logan sort of make the mistakes early there as he gets all the way down in a 3-0 hole. Comes back with a fastball in the outside corner, but after that, Hicks is looking to be aggressive on a fastball, gets one over the heart of the plate. Doesn't try to hit it out of the yard, just get a hard shot back up the middle.
Throw over to first. Chases Hicks back. Mason Griggs, new batter for the Engineers, struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. Estill County with only 2 hits in the ball game, but that 1 run back in the 3rd inning, lead 1-0. Fastball from Logan, strike 1 to Mason Griggs.
Yeah, good pitch. Get back in the zone there for Logan, who, when he's got ahead of hitters, he's done a pretty nice job for the most part. Struggled a lot with location last inning. Digs himself a 3-0 hole in the last at bat, so important for him to see a first pitch strike. And, if you're Griggs at the plate here, you're fine to take that first one as Logan's kind of struggled with location, but you understand you've got a full at bat here that you can kind of pick one out.
No balls, 1 strike to Griggs. Gage Logan with a pitch. But Griggs took a hack at that one, couldn't catch up to it. He's quickly behind 0-2.
Yeah, Griggs, it looks like he kind of tries to charge that one up. Doesn't really get the lead foot down pretty quick, so kind of late getting that down, and leads to him being a little bit behind the fastball. It's already up and in on the hand. Can't really catch up after all that.
Throw back to first. Hicks back safely again. Like you said, Jerry, probably not Logan's best pickoff move over to first, just trying to keep him honest.
Yeah, just trying to gauge the lead, get a thrower over there.
0-2 pitch fouled off by Griggs, keeps the at-bat alive. No balls, 2 strikes.
Like Griggs was on that one. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looked like it was off speed. Over the middle of the plate, kind of breaking down to the middle. Looks like Griggs pretty nice swing on it. He fouls it straight back. I'm interested to see if Hazard goes back to an elevated fastball.
Runner goes. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Hit into right field. Cheney going to go over and make the catch. And Hicks has to retreat back to first base. He does so safely. But the fly out makes out number 2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Engineers.
Yeah, just a little bit unfortunate as I think Hicks probably has second base swat. But, with 2 strikes and the count there, Griggs really has to put a swing on it, and it's that elevated fastball. Just gets by him enough to cause him to hit sort of a weak fly ball out to right field that's easily corralled for the out for the Bulldogs.
Bryce Drake, the new batter for the Engineers, grounded out to the shortstop back in the 2nd inning. Now with 2 down, a runner at first in the form of Canyon Hicks.
Obviously a big at bat, but so much bigger. And once again, the top of the lineup, ready to come up in the event that Drake reaches.
Grounds this to short. Napier fields it on the backhand, throws it over to first in time to retire Drake for out number 3 here in the 4th inning. Quick moving game here, folks. We'll go to the 5th. Estill County still on top 1-0. We'll be back for that 5th inning when we get back from this break on your East Kentucky Sports Network.
When it comes to banking, you need a bank that is ready and willing to help you realize your dreams. A At People's Bank and Trust, customers come first. Offering you a relationship with local people that's built on trust and respect. People's Bank and Trust shares your vision for success, and their team can help you see the results. That's People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for personalized health care that's efficient and close to home? Primary Care Center is now your destination for comprehensive health care in the center of your community. With a team of experienced and caring local providers, we offer a range of services. We have locations in Hazard, Hyden, Hindman, Pico, and now our new Whitesburg location. Stop by today and walk-ins are welcome. That's Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky.
Having electric motor problems? Then you, my friend, need to call Maggard Electric. Located on Highway 15, 6 miles north of Hazard, Maggard Electric has over 300 electric motors in stock, and their EASA-approved staff has more than 30 years' experience in electric motor repair. Swimming pool motors and complete pumps, motor for air compressors, heat pumps, furnaces, and air conditioners. At Maggard Electric, they have it, or they'll get it at the best price. Maggard Electric, serving Perry and surrounding counties. Highway 15 north of Hazard, 436-6886.
WSGS.
Welcome back, folks, to Knott County Central High School, the 14th Region Baseball Tournament Championship. Jeff Campbell and Jarrett Napier. Fast-moving game pitchers duel right now. Jarrett, Estill County on top 1-0 with Skylar Cheney coming to the plate for Hazard here in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, Jackson East coming out for his 5th inning of work. He's turned in a dandy of a start for the Engineers so far.
Yeah, Hazard with only one hit here in the baseball game. And looking to add to that here, Evan Aikman had a single back in the 3rd inning. He only hit on the board for the Bulldogs. Skylar Cheney quickly behind, no balls, 2 strikes to Jackson East.
Yeah, Neese coming out and locating well to start this top of the 5th inning. 2 strikes. I think the second pitch was the changeup, but one on the inside corner, one on the outside.
This one misses upstairs. Ball 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cheney.
He's trying to elevate the fastball that time. Really good 0-2 pitch there, just trying to stretch that zone, changing eye level. I think he drops the hammer here.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Cheney hits it back up the middle. He feels the need for speed as he drives that one back up the gap for a leadoff single right here in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, I think, Estill County and Neese might have felt the need for speed there too as they went with the 1-2 fastball. And, I think it would have been maybe a little bit more advantageous to, after you change eye levels with a high fastball, maybe come back with a curve, drop that arm slot, see if you can, throw Skylar Cheney a chair, so to speak. They go with a low fastball, and Cheney punishes them for it with a hard single up the middle.
Talon Goins coming to the plate now. Nobody out. Runner on first in the form of Skylar Cheney. Goins has the ability to hit the baseball hard. He did a double play back in the 1st inning, or the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch from Neese. Big swing and a miss from Goins. No balls, 1 strike to the Bulldogs center fielder.
Good first pitch from Neese as he goes to a little bit of a slide step after stepping off early. Really concerned with Skylar Cheney. We know he's got a lot of speed over there. Got a good healthy lead too, especially against the left-hander.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Cheney. He's a little behind on that one. He's quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, another nice pitch is, Neese able to kind of stare down Cheney over first and then, use that slide step to quicken that time from, his hand to home plate. And all the while locating a nice fastball just off the outside corner that draws a swing and a miss.
Here we go. Nope. Thought it was the 0-2 pitch to Goins. They'll throw it over to first. Cheney back safely. It's so important for Hazard getting that leadoff runner on. And, they were able to do that in the 2nd inning. They were able to do that in the 3rd inning, and now here again in the 5th inning, but not yet able to score a run at the Bulldogs.
Knocking on the door, so important in tournament games.
Cheney goes, throw to first. He's in at second. This time he got him. The 2nd time tonight we've seen that, and, Jackson East is a left-handed pitcher. Sees the runner for Hazard, breaks, throws it to first, onto the shortstop this time to retire Cheney.
Yeah, I think Cheney was going to be in motion there. There's really a blatant tell from Neese here. If he's going to go to the plate, he's always going to slide step with a runner like that at first base. If he's going to pick, he's always going to lift high. So Cheney knows he's going to pick, but probably a good situation. I think if you're Hazard, it's probably the right decision. I think the only mistake for Cheney there is, having a small lead. If the pitcher's going to tell you by how high he lifts up his leg, whether he's going to the plate or not, you get a huge lead and go no matter what. So I think probably too conservative of a lead leads to an out for the Hazard Bulldogs.
1 ball, 2 strikes now to Goins. That leadoff single for Cheney quickly erased as he's retired at second base. Nobody aboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Goins. He's the big left-hander from Estill County with a pitch in the dirt, ball 3. Goins was behind in this count, this at bat. He's now been patient, worked a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I think he was even behind 0-2, so nice job by him. We know him as an aggressive hitter, really trying to take advantage of a big bat at times. But he's been, patient enough to work it back full.
Big swing and a miss. Goins will go down on strikes for out number 2 here in the top of the 5th inning. That's the 3rd strikeout of the night for Jack Sneese.
Yeah, Goins just never really catching up to that outside pitch. Never really timing it up correctly. And Neat, credit to him, he's taking advantage of that, noticed that, and they keep going back to that outside corner. Really just a fastball with arm side movement, working off the plate to the right-handed hitter. Does a nice job.
Curveball, the first pitch to start off Aikman. On this inside, ball 1. Aikman with one of the 2 Bulldog hits tonight. He had a single and stole a base back in the 3rd inning. It was left stranded out there as he couldn't drive him home. Here's the 1-0 pitch outside, ball 2.
Pretty good sequencing from Estill County in this at bat, but just a couple miscues as far as the execution goes from Neat. Tried the 0-0 curveball, which you'd want to be in most circumstances. This one of those. You want it to be over the plate, but it was more of a back foot curve.
Aikman lifts this one, turning foul. Going to drop in fair territory. That was one of those down the right field line from round-handed batter, Jared. You said it so many times this year. You expected to turn foul, but this would hit right inside the foul line. So a fair ball, sort of no man's land between the first baseman, the right fielder, and the second baseman, and that lands Aikman at first.
Yeah, just sort of a bloop single there into the, what's known as the Bermuda Triangle, and you can kind of see why after that play. High fly ball that is sailing toward that, foul territory, but doesn't quite make it all the way there. And, right in between the first baseman, second baseman, and right fielder for the Engineer defense. And it's so hard to communicate with your team on that play. It's a long run for the second baseman and for the right fielder. It's probably a closer run for the first baseman, but it's right behind, it's right over his head. So difficult to turn, 180 degrees around and run that one down, camp out underneath it, turn back around and catch it. It's an extremely difficult play. Hazard's able to work a base runner because of that.
Yeah, Cheney, the first baseman for Estill County, gave all he had, laid out, just couldn't make the catch. The throw over to first chases Aikman back. And we've seen that pickoff move from Jack Sneese. Got Cheney, stealing here earlier in this inning and nearly had another out back in the 3rd. Here's the pitch. This one's going to miss outside to the new Bulldog batter, Isaiah Johnson. He struck out back in that 3rd inning.
High leg kick on the delivery to home plate. So it looks like Neese not really as concerned about Evan Aikman's speed as far as, trying to straight steal a base here. So he's going to high kick and take more time getting to the plate.
This one fouled off by Johnson. We'll even the count, 1-1.
Besides the slide step there, so maybe just didn't think about it on the first pitch, or maybe trying to mix things up. If you're Estill County, the best case scenario would be, that the intent is to mix things up there. Maybe a little bit, more difficult to locate in the zone, but it really keeps the runners off balance.
Here's the pitch. Going to be a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the Bulldogs' second baseman, Isaiah Johnson.
Good fastball there, low in the zone to Johnson. Just catches, clips that low part of the strike zone for a well-located strike. Slide step again that time from Neat.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Johnson. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 is going to end the Bulldogs' top half of the 5th, and Hazard gets 2 hits. Leave 1 runner stranded. No runs, no errors. And we will move to the bottom of the fifth. Engineers coming to the plate after this break right here on your East Kentucky Sports Network.
June is Men's Health Month. Did you know men have a higher death rate for most of the leading causes of death, including cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and suicide? 1 in 2 men will develop cancer in their lifetime. Men make half as many physician visits for prevention as women. Guys, let's do better. Not only for ourselves, but for the ones who love and depend on us. Get those screenings. Schedule a physical or health screening today. For additional information, call Little Flower Clinic at 487-9505. Little Flower Clinic, your medical home in the mountains.
Your vintage helmet turns heads. Your leather jacket has more zippers than a blue jean factory. Your fingerless gloves fit you like a, well, you know. No doubt about it. Owning a motorcycle makes you look cool, but insuring it with Kentucky Farm Bureau makes you look smart. You even get a multi-policy discount if you're already a Kentucky Farm Bureau customer. Kentucky Farm Bureau, now offering motorcycle insurance.
Visit and call Janet Smith, Kentucky Farm Bureau Agency Manager, or agents Major Gabbard and Chase Smith.
Since 1919, Mine Service Company has been servicing the coal mining industry with quality general mine supplies. Mine Service Company offers a wide range of products including electrical cable, mine roof support material, lubricants, conveyor belts and structure, drain pipe, underground miner cap lights. They even have muck and Matterhorn boots and a wide selection of knee pads. Mine Service, locally owned on Highway 15 just south of Hazard, also with a branch on Business 23 in Wise, Virginia. Celebrating over 100 years in the mining industry. Mine Service Company.
WSGS Hazard.
Welcome back, folks, to Knott County Central High School, the 14th Region Baseball Championship game between Hazard and Estill County. Estill County on top 1-0. They're batting here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Jeff Campbell and Jarrett Napier bringing you all the action. Pitch is swung on by Ethan Henry, grounded over to short. Napier couldn't handle it, so the E6 will put Henry aboard with nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, hard hit ball, and Estill County sort of been peppering him with baseballs all night. Up to this point, he's made a few really nice plays on some hammered baseballs out there to shortstop, but that one's one that just gets caught up in the webbing a little bit. Not great feel with the hands for that baseball. Can't come up with it on the transition. Surrenders a leadoff base runner to Estill County here.
So looks like we will have a pitching change here for the Bulldogs as Coach Chris Varney comes out for the mound visit, gets the ball from Gage Logan. It appears that his day is done. He only gave up 2 hits. The Bulldogs are making a few mistakes. He's walked a few sort of due to, that allowed for that one Estill County run, which came on a sac fly. But looks like the new Bulldog pitcher will be number 5, Trace Kincaid.
Yeah, a guy we've got to see, I think, once this season. Younger pitcher, trying to get some stats on him real quick. 9 appearances on the mound. Only 2 of those were starts. So, seen a lot of work as a reliever on this season for the Bulldogs. Got a 3-1 record with 1 save and a 2.4 ERA. Guy that, usually lives pretty well around the strike zone. Going to try to spin a curveball in there. We'll see how he comes into form in this game, as I don't think he's pitched in the postseason yet. Having to come straight from third base is a pretty difficult task.
Yeah, tough task right here. And you've been in this situation, Jared. You mound visit, you weren't the starting pitcher, but you come in to pitch. What's something the head coach may say right there?
Well, just trying to, remind you about your defense being behind you. It's a little bit harder coming off of an error, but, for the most part, we've seen a Hazard defense that's been pretty solid, and obviously, close to that championship caliber as they're in the 14th region championship game. So, just reminding you to execute your pitches, throw baseballs in the strike zone, and that's really all that you can do. You've got 8 other guys out here that are going to help you out as far as getting out. So, just trying to settle yourself down there and, just remind, your pitcher that you don't have to be Mariano Rivera out there. Just get out there and throw a strike.
The next batter for Estill County will be Tyler Brewer. As the throw goes over to first, gets away, but the runner, Ethan Henry, not able to advance. I like to keep things lighthearted. I would always say something, like, may the force be with you. Just sort of keep it lighthearted, a little Star Wars reference, and keep things moving along. But Kincaid comes in, trailing 1-0, inherits a runner at first base, a really good hitter in Tyler Brewer. Ball throw to first, ball gets away again. And, really, Kincaid really giving Pelfrey a workout over there at first.
I think this is a scenario, a lot of times we see pitchers pick over a time or two, and, we say not their best move. They're just kind of throwing over there, getting a feel for that throw. I think this is a case where Trace Kincaid's trying to throw over there to have a bang-bang play and, not really prepared for that throw and, gets away with a couple miscues there.
First pitch strike to Brewer. No balls, one strike to count to the Estill County center fielder. He singled, walked, and scored a run back in the third inning. Singled in the first, walked, and scored in the third. Didn't do it all at the same time. Big swing and a miss from Brewer. He's quickly behind 0-2.
Good hard fastball. Looks like a little more velocity than I think that we saw when we got the opportunity to watch him pitch at C.C. Linden in the regular season. Also worked quickly as Henry was taking his lead. He was already delivering to home plate, so kind of quick pitching the runner.
This one hit hard to right field. Cheney gets underneath it for out number 1, runner not able to advance. So Kincaid comes in, does a job, gets the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there, 0-2 from Tyler Brewer. Features that one up, gets a little bit underneath it, sends a shot out to Rod. Failing, and Skylar Cheney camps underneath it for the out. Importantly, in a bunt situation there with no out, Hazard able to keep Henry at first base and out of scoring position. Another potential bunt situation here is Gage Logan playing well up on the grass.
Hayden Woolery, the new batter for Estill County. He walked in the third inning and flew out in the first. First pitch strike from Kincaid. No balls, one strike to Woolery.
First pitch curveball from Kincaid. Perfect 0-0 curveball to start a new at-bat. Just breaking it off the left shoulder of the right-handed hitter. Breaks it down into that middle section of the strike zone. Often going to see a take, especially in a scenario like this. You're not going to see a whole lot of guys being super aggressive on a well-thrown curveball over the plate for the first pitch.
No balls, one strike to Woolery. This one swung on, grounded foul into the Bulldog dugout. 0-2 now to count to Hayden Woolery.
Kincaid able to mix a fastball back in there, locates it well on the outside corner. Woolery a little bit early, rolling over that one as he fouls it down the third base line.
Throw over to first. Ethan Henry dives back safely.
Pretty good move by Kincaid there. Good timing as Henry's kind of working his way off of first base. Comes up almost like he's going to come set. Doesn't touch the glove and the baseball together and makes a nice pick play, but Henry gets back in safely.
Another curveball. This one just misses on the inside part of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Woolery. And he almost caught Henry leaning. I thought Henry was, like you said, Jared, taking that extra step towards second and nearly picked him off, but he was safe. Runner on first, 1 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hayden Woolery. Trace Kincaid on the mound, throws to first. Dives back safely, barely safe over at first.
And I think if there was any question about it, I think that was just settled. A definitive step towards second base from Henry. But importantly for him, he's still able to get back in safely. So if you're Henry over there first, you might be able to take an extra step.
Another throw over to first. This time Henry back in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Woolery.
Curious to see if Estill County maybe takes the steal off there. It looks like Henry reduced his lead and he was able to get back in standing up on a pretty solid move from Kincaid. So I don't know if he'll be in motion now.
Big curveball lifted into fair territory. Kincaid comes on, makes the catch to retire Woolery for out number 2. And Kincaid coming on, performing really well right here, Jared.
Yeah, he's really come in and pitched well for the Bulldogs so far, living around the strike zone, and most importantly, able to get the curveball over the plate with good action. That was another curveball there, and hitters, if they're off balance, especially on that curveball, so much more prone to weak fly balls, which are the type of outs, those strikeouts that you really want, to have to keep, a lot of stress off of your defense. Also, Kincaid comes and makes the grab on his own, a play that we saw Hazard get mixed up on, and I think that was against Powell County the other night. So, pitcher comes and catches the fly ball.
Kenny Rose, the next batter for Estill County, did have an RBI back in the third inning on that sacrifice fly. Other than that, he's 0 for 2. facing a Bulldog pitcher right now in Trace Kincaid, who's doing a fine job out there on the mound in relief.
Taking back over to first base, I think 3 times in a row there, just making sure he keeps Henry in check. And, a lot of people may not like it, but a baseball purist would, encourage you to understand that the sort of motive behind that move.
Kenny Rose calls timeout here. Yet to see a pitch. No balls, no strike to Rose. The third baseman for Estill County, like Jarrett mentioned earlier, just a really nice baseball player is Kenny Rose.
He is. And, we've seen some difficulty hitting the curveball.
It's this one just a foul. Coach Crow over at first pointed fair. Home plate umpire Chris Spurlock pointed foul. That was definitely a foul ball, but Rose sort of squared that one up.
Yeah, it was close, and that was the curveball from Kincaid, but I think Rose kind of anticipating that. They've seen a lot of that in this game from Hazard so far, but hits that one well, and it kind of skips in fair territory, but hooks its way foul as it's moving down the line. So close miss there on a ball pieced up by Kenny Rose. Will be interesting to see if Hazard goes back to the curve right after Rose pieces one up, or maybe if they try to change high levels with a fastball. But you got to be careful trying to do that against Kenny Rose.
Natives are getting restless. The Engineer fans voicing their displeasure with the throws over to first, but Kincaid's going to keep at it. Rose fouls this one off. No balls, 2 strikes now to Rose.
And that's a huge pitch if you're Trace Kincaid, able to get across a strike. I think that was a fastball on the outside corner. Just able to keep Rose from piecing it up nicely as he fouls that one back. It looked like he had pretty good timing, but a little bit underneath. And now you can try to throw a hard hook at him, break one off, try to backdoor him, or try to break a curveball off the corner. I think they'll go off speed here, but most importantly, if you're Trace Kincaid, it can't be sort of that 0-0 count bell tie curveball.
Here's the pitch. Rose hammers this one, but right at the left fielder, and that's going to end the inning for Estill County. Kincaid comes in a jam, but says, "Show me the money. I'll get you out of this inning," and he does just that. The Bulldogs will come to bat here in the top of the 6th inning, still trailing 1-0, but come to the plate looking to change that after we get back from this break right here on your East Kentucky Sports Network.
Dig into Fazoli's Italian Classics and find your new favorite. Our baked ziti, baked spaghetti, and loaded fettuccine Alfredo are prepared with fresh, high-quality ingredients and all your favorite sauces and toppings, cooked to bubbly perfection. These Italian Classics are loaded with flavor and handcrafted to order, just for you. And you can't forget about our unlimited signature garlic breadsticks. Find your new favorite with our Italian Classics and break breadsticks with us only at Fazoli's. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary by location. Unlimited breadsticks, dining only. Tax not included. Fazoli's in logo or federally registered trademarks of Fazoli System Management, LLC.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust Bank has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay and Google Pay. Make payments directly from your smartphone. And Zelle, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet at ctbi.com or stop by and see us at one of our 79 branch offices.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
In Kentucky, basketball is a long-standing tradition steeped in championship history. We at Kemper Furniture are proud to be able to support the Big Blue Nation on WSGS. Come see us at Kemper Furniture and shop all the winning brands that have stood the test of time. And let our all-star team help you choose the best seat in the house. Kemper Furniture, families serving families since 1963.
WSGS.
Back, folks, to Knott County Central High School for the 14th Region Championship here in baseball. Hazard and Estill County. Estill County on top 1-0, top of the 6th inning, but the top of the order due up for Hazard. Max Pelfrey grounds this one hard up the middle, off the pitcher's glove, and he's going to reach base. That's an infield single, a hard-hit ball from Pelfrey. Will put the leadoff runner aboard for the Bulldogs here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, first pitch fastball over the plate from Neat, who's coming out for his 6th inning of work. And after a really nice start in this 14th Region Championship, but Max Pelfrey finally able to break through with a hit after, really hitting the ball hard in almost every single at-bat in the past, couple games. Not been able to reach base. But certainly does after tattooing that one, as Neat's able to get a glove on it, but no play over at first base.
Bulldog catcher Clint Davidson coming to the plate, squares to bunt. Bunts in a nice place. Neese will come on the field. It throws it to first to retire Davidson for out number 1. But it does a job as Pelfrey moves on down to second base.
Yeah, clear-cut bunt situation for Hazard, even, as well as Clint Davidson seeing the baseball right now. They've struggled, piecing together hits. So with a runner on first and no out, they're going to bunt there. Importantly, Davidson, an experienced player, able to get that bunt down the first base line opposed to the traditional third base line, because Estill County really foreseeing that decision to bunt from Hazard had Kenny Rose once again way up the third base line. So they're going to bunt to the first base line, force his knee, the left-hander, to get off the mound, and kind of an awkward play for him to pick that one up barehanded. This was being left-handed, but he makes a nice play and gets the out, but Hazard's willing to give away.
As the head coach for Estill County comes out to have a word with his infield. Once again, we're at Knott County Central. Their folks doing a fine job hosting this from Drum Thornsberry, singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Justin Ambergy, all the folks who are working on the field. It's in really great shape. A great concession stand down there. I saw your dad, packing something up here. It looked like a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper. I was ready to smash on that, but
it's been a good venue. I never got to play in a region tournament up here. Just, only get to host it once and every so often, but it's been a treat to watch some ball games up here. Concession stand's been good, like you mentioned. They've got hamburgers, stuff like that. They're pretty good venue down here.
Yeah, it really is. The next batter for the Bulldogs, number 15, Gage Logan, coming to the plate. We've seen Logan really have the ability to leave the yard here all season long, but especially in the postseason. And man, if he could do that now, it'd be great timing for Hazard.
Yeah, timely hitting for Hazard in the tournament, the 14th region and 54th district tournament has really been stellar.
One out, runner on second. Hazard looking to tie this thing up. Logan takes a hack at this one, fouls it off the foul pole up on the hill back into play, or off the light pole, excuse me. Be a foul ball, no balls, 2 strikes to Logan.
Really nice job mixing, the pitch sequencing up for Estill County. They go with the first pitch, backdoor curve. We got the left-hander against right-hander, the right-handed hitter, so they're going to backdoor the first pitch curveball, and just really, really well executed at an important time from Neese, able to get strike 1, come back with a hard fastball, has Logan a little bit on his back foot there. Doesn't quite catch up in time to do much with it. 0-2 now in favor of Neese.
Pelfrey out at second. That's the leadoff single. He was bunted over to second after the sacrifice bunt from Davidson. Gave Logan now at the plate. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Hazard needs to score at least 1 run to tie this thing up. Estill County on top, 1-0. He's taking a long look at Pelfrey out at second. Drawing some attention from the Estill County pitcher is Max Pelfrey.
Yeah, Pelfrey's really trying to work him, kind of bouncing back and forth there, and Neese needs to be really careful if he tries that. That was a near ball because he kind of moves the right foot before the left, so he doesn't really step off before he moves there. That was close to a ball.
If Smith is outside, you can probably hear the Estill County faithful. 1 strike 3, but looks to be well off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Logan.
Yeah, that was the backdoor curve again. And just by nature of how you're throwing that, it has to start in that left-hand batter's box and work its way back to the corner. And I don't really think it gets back in time. It probably ends in the strike zone, but doesn't cross the plate there.
Here's the pitch. This is going to miss outside as well. We'll run the count even, 2-2. And now Logan work it back even. This is a hitter's count right here. He's probably picking out a fastball.
Yeah, 2-2 after 2 straight breaking balls there. That time the dropped arm fly, kind of slider from Neese. Doesn't really have the action he's looking for. You're probably thinking this is a fastball count if you're Logan.
Here's the pitch from Neese. Another curveball hits Logan right between the 1 and the 5. So now Hazard with something cooking. Pelfrey on second. Logan moves to first after the hit by the pitch, and only 1 out, and Tucker Nature come to the plate.
Yeah, that doesn't kill you, just with the runner ahead of him. And Pelfrey gives you a double play opportunity, but obviously not the way that he intended for that pitch to go, and now you have to face Tucker Napier, who's not necessarily a guy who's going to threaten to leave the yard or put something in the gaps in the way that Gage Logan would, but a good hitter in his own right who's seen the ball well and hit it hard, couple hard line drives in this ball game so far. Importantly, that was a super low arm slot, just crazy low from Neese, almost submarine there as he's unable to execute the slider.
Kent Colvey-like on the mound with Neese on that one. This one fouled off by Napier. He's behind, no balls, one strike. Runner at first and second, only one out for the Bulldogs here in the top of the sixth inning. They trail Estill County 1-0. Pelfrey at second, Logan at first for Hazard.
First pitch fastball, able to get it by Tucker Napier just enough to where he can only foul that one off. Big first pitch leaves him in control now.
Here's the pitch from Neese. Napier fouls this one off as well. He's behind 0-2. Fouled both of them off straight behind him, Jared. You've said many, many times that's sort of a sign that you're just barely missing that pitch.
Yeah, and usually you'll see teams, if they can afford to do it, try to go away from the pitch that caused that foul ball to go straight back. And like you said, just a good sign that a hitter is seeing it, pretty well. Just kind of missing on it, but the first pitch was a fastball. He hits it straight back into the screen. Second pitch was the off-speed, the curveball. He hits straight back into the screen. I think he maybe try for the backdoor slider here, but if your Neese can't really get to that submarine angle that you threw to Gage Logan earlier, because you don't want to load the bases for these Bulldogs with only one out.
No, you're right, Jared. And Napier really, more of a two-strike approach here, just looking to put something in play. He can poke something through that right side would be huge for Hazard in this situation. No balls, two strikes. Jax Neese on the mound. Here's the pitch. Going to miss way outside. Ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Tucker Napier.
Yeah, way outside there. And like you said, Jeff, I think poking something to that right side could be a good idea for Tucker Napier as the second baseman for Estill County. Kind of in that double play depth, but also playing pretty close to the bag to try to keep Max Pelfrey in check. Not doing it, not trying to sprint to get back to his position, so the right side's left open. But they've traditionally pitched Tucker Napier inside, so it'd be hard to punch one through there.
Fouls this one off, up and out of play. The count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes to Napier. Once again, he walked in the second inning, flew out to left field, back in the fourth. His third time at the plate, third time seeing Jax Neese. And Hazard, we saw this in their opening round win over Wolf County. They sort of struggled the first 4 or 5 innings, and in those later innings they really started putting some runs on the board. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Neese. Big curveball, just misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, evens the count now to Napier.
Kind of that dropped arm slot again, trying to backdoor the curveball. Just another example of that pitch. Just when it crosses home plate, it's not really in the strike zone yet. It's still working its way back. And so that little bit of time, the few feet from the front of home plate to the catcher's mid, is enough to work back into the strike zone just a little bit too late.
Here is the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hammered into left field. That's going to get down. Pelfrey's going to be safe at third. A well-hit ball. The single from Napier will load the bases for the Bulldogs with 1 out here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, Neese has to come back over the plate with a fastball there. And, just misses over the heart of the plate. And Tucker Napier smashes that one out to left, kind of in a similar way to how he did in his previous at-bat, although that was caught. And, this one kind of an in-betweener ball for Riddle out there in left field. And, keeps Max Pelfrey from rounding and trying to score the tying run in this ball game as it trying to judge whether or not that's going to be called or not. Certainly don't want to be doubled up with only 1 out here. So, the Bulldogs will load the bases, but still that double play opportunity for Estill County, who's going to meet and talk it over.
And that will bring up Trace Kincaid for Hazard. Kincaid has had a very, very solid regional tournament. He was 2 for 3 in the opening round win against Wolf County, and then 1 for 3 in the semifinal victory over Powell County. He tonight had a sacrifice bunt in the second and then grounded out to the pitcher in the fourth. So he's put it in play both times tonight. And Kincaid, a hit here could really do some damage if you're Hazard.
Yeah, base knock, gives you a chance to score 2 here. only to 1 out. So a really big opportunity for some situational hitting for Hazard. Big pitches necessary for Neese on the mound. And, one thing that I think that Estill County really going to talk about as they just met at the mound is this squeeze opportunity for Hazard here. How are they going to defend the squeeze opportunity with the bases loaded here? We'll see how this plays out.
Should be the call here. Kincaid's going to be swinging on the first pitch, low in the dirt, ball 1 to Kincaid. As Neese couldn't locate the fastball, so Kincaid, now ahead, 1 ball, no strikes, can really be a little more selective.
Yeah, definitely can look for his pitch a little bit more here, or maybe a good opportunity after the first pitch ball to try to squeeze now. Importantly, Neese has to stay from the stretch here because of this squeeze threat.
Here's the pitch to Kincaid. Watches this one. Pitch the outside corner, evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike to Trace Kincaid.
Good lefty on lefty curve there. Catches the strike zone to even it back up at 1-1. He's having to stay from the stretch because if he goes from the windup, Max Pilfrey can go ahead and take off, and Hazard can almost score on the fly here on any squeeze attempt.
Middle infielders at double play depth for the Engineers. Here's the pitch to Kincaid. He grounds it. Sort of going to act like a sacrifice bunt, but the pitcher fields it, throws it home to retire Pelfrey at the plate for out number 2. So you record that as a fielder's choice, 1 to 2 for out number 2. But the bases are still loaded for Hazard. And Skylar Cheney coming to the plate. As hot a bat as anybody in this regional tournament is Skylar Cheney. He was 1 for 2 against Wolfe County in the opening round, 3 for 3 against Powell. And once again, a prime spot for Cheney to tie this thing up.
Yeah, definitely a situational hitting opportunity here. And if you're Hazard, it'd be hard to pick a few guys that you'd rather have than Skylar Cheney. Older kid, obviously an experienced player, but a guy with a whole heck of a lot of back control and has already singled once in this ballgame.
Here is the pitch to Cheney. There's a sidearm motion from Neese, and it drops in there, strike 1 to Skylar Cheney.
Yeah, good pitch from Neese there as he goes to the sidearm sort of slider there, works it back over the middle of the plate for strike 1. Bases loaded for Hazard. The runner out at second base, Tucker Nature, actually gets about halfway down the baseline there and trips over his own feet. And, maybe if you're Hazard, maybe you might think that one might be on purpose, trying to get a throwback to second score out.
Cheney hits this one into foul territory. The first baseman for Estill County makes a monumental effort, but could not catch it as it hit the top of the dugout. So the first baseman for Estill Cheney, Skylar Cheney, almost robbed Skylar Cheney right there, but couldn't make the play. No balls, 2 strikes to Skylar Cheney here in the top of the 6th inning.
Monumental effort by Cheney over there at first base. Tries to jump and grab that one from before it hits the top of the dugout. Great effort from that kid, but now a huge, just big time 0-2 pitch coming.
This one misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Skylar Cheney, the Bulldog right fielder. Bases loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Hazard trails Estill County 1-0, but looking to change that here with the bases loaded. Once again in the top of the 6th inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cheney. Jackson Neese, the big left-hander, with a pitch. It's been hit but lifted in the infield. The second baseman for Estill County comes on and makes the catch. Estill County gets out of a jam and says, "You're daisy if you do," but Hazard couldn't. And we'll move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Estill County still on top 1-0. We'll be back after this short break right here on your East Kentucky Sports Network.
How about a cellular plan with no credit check, no contracts, and most features of postpaid? Then visit Appalachian Wireless today, where your connections matter the most, and jump on Forward Pay. Take advantage of $75 off Forward Pay devices. Plans as low as $19.99 per month for unlimited talk and text. At 5 gig of data for only $29.99. At 10 gig of data for only $39.99. Or go unlimited data for only $64.99 per month with 25 gig of high-speed data before slowing down. Forward Pay, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
If your sink won't drain just like it should, who you gonna call? If your toilet's clogged and it don't smell good. Who can you call? Call 233-5936. Call 233-5936. You better call Todd.
What's in a name anyway? Well, our answer is everything. Because we're the store that puts our promise to you right in our name. Save-A-Lot Food Stores. Now, Save-A-Lot isn't just a name we picked for ourselves. It's a name we've earned by bringing you only the best grocery items, freshest produce, and quality meat available at the best possible value every day. That's Save-A-Lot.
Save money at your local Save-A-Lot store in Hazard and in Hyden.
WSGS.
Welcome back, folks. Knox County Central High School, bottom of the sixth inning. Estill County batting. I'm Jeff Campbell along with Jarrett Napier. First pitch laced foul by the leadoff hitter for Estill County in this inning, Peyton Riddle. Jarrett, Estill County on top 1-0. Hazard really has to, not let them put up any more runs here in this inning. Big curve ball fouled off once again by Riddle. He's behind, no balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Hazard's really looking to try to shut down this Estill County offense, keep this as a one-run ball game, and try to, use 7, 8, 9 to get to the top of the order and have something to say in the top of the 7th.
Pitch from Kincaid misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Riddle, and you're right. You really want to deal effectively with this portion of Estill County's lineup here in the bottom of the 6th inning. For Hazard, when they come to the plate, it'll be 7, 8, 9 due up for the Bulldogs. They don't have to tie or take the lead. This one's grounded back up the middle. Napier takes a bad hop. He fields it, and Riddle's going to be safe at first. It looked like that ball hit the lip where the grass meets the dirt. Took a wicked hop on Napier, but the error will put Riddle aboard with nobody out.
Yeah, unfortunate hop there, but I think Shaker Napier actually did a pretty nice job, kind of combating that big hop, and kind of plays into his chest, but just has a hard time with the transition more so than the hop, I think. And, I think he just makes a really nice play and thinks he's out of it after he kind of fields the hop, and ultimately another free base runner after Trace Kincaid on the mound really makes some nice pitches against Riddle. A guy that's really been swinging inside out, hitting everything opposite field. He's able to work something down and into him that jams him. I don't think that Riddle could, pull a baseball in that at bat if he tried. Makes a nice pitch, but it results in a base runner for Estill County.
You're right. Hazard only giving up 2 hits in the ball game. Estill County scored the run back in the 3rd after a couple of walks from Gage Logan. Estill County scored on a sacrifice fly. Now the error puts a runner at first with nobody out for the Engineers here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, and importantly for Estill County, I guess both teams here as well, but I think we have a courtesy runner, and he is about 1 step off of first base here, so likely a younger kid that's going to be thrown into a tough situation here, as he's an important part of this baseball game right now.
No pressure or anything, kids, but get in here and run. 2 balls, no strikes to the Estill County batter, Kyler Cheney. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Here's the pitch. It's going to be down low and outside. 3-0 now to Cheney. Engineer fans really keeping this momentum on their side here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, if you're Hazard here, really trying to get an out before you have to face Hicks, who's seen the ball well tonight. Cheney's seen the ball well himself, but Hicks, I think, got 1 hit on the ball game, but hitting hard line drives tonight.
Kyler Cheney watches that one drop in there for a strike. He laces this one out to right field. Skyler Cheney having to give chase, makes the catch in deep right field for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nice play in right field by Cheney.
Yeah, really nice play to combat a pretty pieced up baseball there after a 3-1 offering from Kincaid. Good enough offering from Kincaid to get Cheney a little bit underneath that one. Sends a high fly ball out there that's caught in right field and keeps the runner out of scoring position and gets an important out.
Canyon Hicks, the new batter. Runner goes. Throw down. Not in time. Stolen base for the Engineers. Puts the runner in scoring position.
Man, talk about moving. Picked out a good pitch to run on the off-speed pitch. And Clint Davidson behind the plate struggled a little bit on the transition and dealing with the hitter at home plate. But, I he's not much more than one step off of the base at first, and is able to swipe second base. So great speed from that kid.
Here's the pitch to, again, Canyon Hicks. Single back in the fourth inning. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Hicks.
Back-to-back curveballs there. First one was a strike on the stolen base.
Here's the pitch, going to miss outside. 2-1 now to Hicks. And we didn't see the number. We're so far away, we can't see the number of the courtesy runner for Estill County. But trust me when I tell you, this kid's got a lot of speed.
Certainly moving.
2 balls, 1 strike. Hicks lifts this one to the right field. Skylar Cheney goes back, makes the catch, but the runner at second is going to tag. The throw to third, not in time. And now, after the sacrifice fly, to record the second out. Runner at third, just 90 feet away, an insurance run for the Engineers.
Yeah, and if you're Hazard there, the only thing important now to keep the ball in front of you, no pass balls here, but really just important for them to get that second out. Doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of difference that extra 90 feet there. The courtesy runner with the speed we mentioned probably scoring on a single, but now has the opportunity to score if anything makes its way to the backstop.
The runner for Estill County, number 6, Caden Arvin, is at third, and Mason Griggs, the catcher, at the plate. 1 ball, no strike to Griggs. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Hammered into right field. That's going to get down for a single. And that insurance run, Caden Arvin scores for Estill County after the 2-out single from Griggs, and the Engineers lead this one 2-0.
Huge piece of hitting from Estill County. We talk about situational hitting all the time. And, with 2 outs, Hazard's made some defensive miscues in this game, so that opportunity to score that way was still open, but ultimately it looked like they really were going to need a base hit to score that second run, and Griggs comes up with just that on what I think is a hanging curveball from Trace Kincaid, just staying up in the zone, and he really gets the bat head out to it quick, and that was a hard hit ball with some solid exit velocity out to Evan Aikman in left.
Hard hit ball. Griggs said, give me the keys, I'm going to drive this run home, and he did so with a 2-out RBI single to left field. The new batter for Estill County, number 11, Bryce Drake. He is 0 for 2, grounded out to shortstop both times, pitching the dirt to Drake. Nice job by Davidson behind the plate, blocking that one up, keeping the runner at first. But more importantly, Estill County gets an insurance run. They lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Hazard will have to put up a 2 spot in the 7th at least to keep playing. Still just 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So an important batter right here, Jared, is Bryce Drake, the number 9 hitter, 0 for 2, and you definitely don't want to turn it back over to the top of the lineup.
Absolutely, and looks like Kincaid's going to fall behind, I think 3-0 now. Or it still says 2-0, but I think he might be all the way in the hole now, so certainly don't want to face that top of the order.
Here's the pitch swung on, grounded to short. Napier fields it, tosses it to second to get the out. So the Bulldogs in the inning, but Estill County gets the insurance run, and they lead 2-0. And the Folkestone Blues can cinch this regional championship. Bulldogs will come to the plate when we get back from this break right here on your East Kentucky Sports Network.
Trust is delivering on promises, and People's Bank and Trust has been doing exactly that. They have the planning and the resources you need to help you take advantage of opportunities. With all the technology you need to make banking easy, your success requires vision and the resources of a bank that's on your side. That's People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. They're here for you. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Over the last 20 years, Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky has added several new services to their already existing family practice, internal medicine, pediatrics, in-house lab, and radiology. These services include mammography with diagnostic mammograms and breast biopsies, behavioral health, and now Beacons of Hope. Call today to schedule an appointment at any of our locations in Hazard, Hindman, Vico, Hyden, and now in Whitesburg. Walk-ins are always welcome.
Having electric motor problems? Then you, my friend, need to call Maggard Electric. Located on Highway 15, 6 miles north of Hazard, Maggard Electric has over 300 electric motors in stock, and their EASA-approved staff has more than 30 years' experience in electric motor repair. Swimming pool motors and complete pumps, motor for air compressors, heat pumps, furnaces, and air conditioners. At Maggard Electric, they have it, or they'll get it at the best price. Maggard Electric, serving Perry and surrounding counties. Highway 15 north of Hazard, 436-6886.
WSGS from Hazard.
Welcome back, folks. Knott County Central High School 14th Region Championship on the line. Top of the 7th inning. 3 outs remain for Hazard. They trail 2-0. Estill County once again on top 2-0. The Bulldogs needing to score 2 runs here in the top of the 7th to keep this game going, and they will have to do so with the batters 7, 8, 9. Talon Goins, Evan Aikman, and Isaiah Johnson due up for Hazard here in this top of the 7th inning. Jeff Campbell and Jared Napier bringing you all the action right here. First pitch to Goins, outside corner, strike one.
Yeah, Jack Sneese comes out for a 7th inning of work. Just an absolute gem to this point. The Engineers can sort of start to taste it now, but got to be careful if you're out there for that ball club. That's a dangerous feeling.
Big swing and a miss from Goins. He's quickly behind 0-2. Hazard only had 1 hit up to the 5th inning. They had 2 hits in the 5th, 2 hits in the 6th, but not able to get a run across. They'll have to do so now. Late in this ball game with their season on the line, pitch in the dirt, ball 1 to Goins. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Bulldogs center fielder.
Really nice 0-2 pitch, trying to stretch that outside corner against Goins, who has swung a lot of pitches outside and really hasn't sniffed any of them all game. We saw this against Wolf County, though, for him. I think he had 2 strikeouts in the game, hit a big 3-run homer in his third at bat, though.
His swing and a miss gets Goins swinging for out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. And we're sitting right amongst the Estill County fans. You can probably feel them, sensing that this regional championship is very close.
Yeah, every out draws a little bit more excitement, but still so much to go on for them to finish this game. If you're Hazard here, just trying to work somebody on base, get back to the top of the order, force a little bit of pressure on Estill County and make them think about it. I'm not sure where Neese is on pitch count right now. I would imagine he's nowhere close to the limit of 120 pitches. But you also, at this point, you want to see a lot of pitches, try to extend at bats and see if you can work yourself on base.
1 ball, no strikes to Evan Aikman. He fouls this one out of play down the right field line. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Aikman. Aikman 2 out of 2 tonight. He's got 2 singles and just a really solid bat tonight for Hazard. These 2 hits tonight, his first 2 hits in the regional tournament.
Yeah, really come alive at the right time for the Bulldogs, but they just haven't really strung many hits together so far.
Curveball fooled Aikman. He was way out in front of that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Bulldog left fielder.
Yeah, big hook there, and Aikman was definitely fooled as he's just completely off balance and almost just a half swing at that one. Down in the hole 1-2 now to a guy who's feeling it.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Aikman lines this one back up the middle for a single. He's 3 for 3 on the 9, and Hazard holding on to hope with the 1-out single from Aikman.
I probably would have went back to the curveball there if you're Estill County just after the previous swing, but credit to Aikman, steps back in there, makes an adjustment as Neese being really aggressive. I do like that approach from Estill County, just keeping everything over the zone, being really aggressive, trying to go get these Hazard hitters, letting your defense make plays, not really giving away free bases, but that certainly wasn't free as Evan Aikman comes up with a big 2-strike knock.
Isaiah Johnson, the next batter for Hazard. Johnson 0 for 2 tonight, struck out twice in the 3rd and the 5th inning respectively. The man a hit here could really put some pressure on as a tying run at the plate for the Bulldogs. 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed by Johnson. Strike 1. The throw down to first not in time as Aikman gets back safely.
If you're Aikman here, got to be super conservative. Just got to try to make sure you get yourself in scoring position. Don't want to give an out away on anything stupid here, as we've seen Neese already pick off a Hazard Bulldog runner. Potential drag bunt opportunity, but we've seen Johnson try to sacrifice earlier in the game. Had a hard time trying to get the bunt down. So, Kenny Rose playing back at third base. You try to put down a drag here and force the left-hander to get off the mound, but maybe a little bit risky for Hazard at this point in the game.
I think that's probably a whole lot more likely with 0 outs, but with the 1 out, probably swinging away, pitching the dirt. Nice stop by Griggs behind the plate from Estill County. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Isaiah Johnson.
And if you're Estill County, that's a huge stop from Griggs behind the plate, as that's a tough spike fastball to block, prevents the runner from getting in scoring position. You know, if that runner gets the second now and you've got the tying run at the plate, you might start to think a little bit, but it does a nice job keeping it in front of it.
Pitch inside nearly hits Johnson. 3-1 the count. And folks from Hazard now coming to life as the count definitely in the favor of Johnson, as the catcher Griggs and the other infielders for the Engineers going to go out and have a word with their pitcher, Jack Sneak.
Seems like a close-knit team, so, you know, I don't dislike this decision to, you know, go out there while the at-bat's still going on. It looks like just going to be a quick word, but, you know, always, you know, a little bit hesitant to go on out there while the at-bat is still going on. Kind of, you know, a lot of times you might want to see if your pitcher comes back and fights his way back into the count before you go out there, but they're going to take a second.
3 balls, 1 strike to Johnson, 1 out. Top of the 7th inning, Estill County on top 2-0.
Cat and mouse is he's going to step off. I think that actually plays a little bit more into Hazard's favor, as he's been off the mound for quite some time now. Not a guy that really works extremely fast, doesn't lean on that anyway, though.
Here's a 3-1 pitch, catches the outside corner. Full count now to Johnson. If you're Johnson, you got to be aggressive here. You know this one, you know, should be around the zone. Needs to, you know, pretty much commanded control all night long. 3-2 count.
Yeah, unless, you know, something's way outside the zone, just got to put something in play here. Make sure that you don't get doubled up, but cannot give up a strikeout.
Payoff pitch inside. So Johnson draws a walk. Now runners at first and second for the Bulldogs with 1 out. Top of the order due up now in Max Pelfrey, and he is essentially a go-ahead run here in the top of the 7th inning.
And Hazard doing a nice job, a couple nice at-bats from some Bulldogs at the bottom of the order, passing it to the leadoff hitter, and Pelfrey, who's seen it well. And, you know, with what they've done in this inning, now Estill County, you've got to think that they're thinking about that tying run being on base now.
Pitch hammered foul by Pelfrey. No balls, 1 strike to the Bulldog first baseman.
The big cut on a fastball that he saw there, and can't blame him. In his last at-bat, hit a scorching line drive off of a fastball in a similar fashion. A little bit underneath that one. I think he's going to see some off speed now.
No balls, 1 strike to Pelfrey. 1 for 3 on the night. This one misses outside, so 1 ball, 1 strike. And there was that submarine sort of low arm motion from Neese, but he couldn't get it in the strike zone.
Yeah, if you're not traditionally a submarine guy, it's kind of hard to get the, you know, the left to right for him. Movement on that one, and that's one of those that just kind of hangs high and outside the zone.
1-1 pitch misses inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Neese sort of, you know, a little bit more shaky here, Jared, in the 7th than we've seen him thus far. Really been in command of his pitches. But a walk and a single. Now behind 2 balls, 1 strike to Pelfrey.
You know, that fastball running inside on Pelfrey, and, you know, one of those that he had, you know, maybe an opportunity to stand in there and wear, but just a knee-jerk reaction to jump out of the way.
2-1 pitch. Pelfrey hits this one to center field, but right at the center fielder is going to make the catch for the second out. That's Tyler Brewer. Could have caught that one in his shirt pocket, and Pelfrey goes down for the second out here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, aggressive swing from Pelfrey. Knows he's ahead in the count, sees the fastball, and tries to get on one. Just a little bit off the hands and sends sort of a flare out the center field, like you said, sort of a can of corn there. Now Clint Davidson going to come to the plate. It's just a huge part of this ball game for both teams. You know, Estill County obviously 1 out away from a region championship, and Hazard probably a double away from extending the ball game.
Clint Davidson at the plate, a very tough out. He's 0 for 2 tonight from the sacrifice bunt. But Davidson been swinging a big stick all year long for the Bulldogs. Here is the pitch. Estill County just 1 out away from their first regional championship since 2009. 1 ball, no strikes to Davidson.
First pitch ball well outside with a fastball there. I think that you see Clint Davidson probably taking here until he gets a strike. I just don't see him being super aggressive to the point that you give one away on a half-hearted swing.
Here is the 1-0 pitch to Davidson. In there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to the Bulldog catcher.
Now with that strike, I think that you kind of see Davidson lock back into the at-bat, and really everything is on the table for him now at the plate. But a good job by Neath after struggling with a little bit of location issues in this inning, a little bit shaky like you mentioned, Jeff. Coming back over the middle of the plate there to draw back even 1-1.
Here is that 1-1 pitch to Davidson. Swung on, hit hard into right field, but right at the right fielder. And that's the ball game. The Estill County Engineers are your 2024 14th regional champions. And once again, that is their first regional championship since 2009. And just a very impressive game on the mound from their pitcher, Jack Neath.
Yeah, goes the distance in the regional championship game and shuts out the Hazard Bulldogs. I mean, you literally could not ask for any more from the kid in the net. And, was able to bear down in a jam in the last inning. Uses that left arm to ultimately propel the Engineers after only producing 2 runs to the 14th regional championship and a date with Hopkinsville in the state tournament in Lexington.
Yeah, that's a big sigh of relief if you're Estill County with everything they went through that we mentioned, back a few years ago with the tragic death of their, at that time, Coach Blake Crow, the head coach now, Brian Crow, that was his son, and just a big sigh of relief for Estill County as they, defeat Hazard 2-0 to claim the 2024 14th Region Championship. We'll send it back to the station for another commercial break. When we come back, we'll wrap this one up for you. And we appreciate you tuning us in back after this break on the East Kentucky Sports Network.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Little Flower Clinic now hiring, seeking 2 experienced medical billing clerks. Come join our team. You can apply now by sending your resume to Christina at kymha.org. That's Christina, Kristina at kymha.org. Resumes must be received by Friday, June the 7th, 2024. See our Facebook page for additional information. Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Little Flower Clinic.
Your vintage helmet turns heads. Your leather jacket has more zippers than a blue jean factory. Your fingerless gloves fit you like a, no doubt about it. Owning a motorcycle makes you look cool, but insuring it with Kentucky Farm Bureau makes you look smart. You even get a multi-policy discount if you're already a Kentucky Farm Bureau customer. Kentucky Farm Bureau, now offering motorcycle insurance.
Visit or call Janet Smith, Kentucky Farm Bureau Agency Manager, or agents Major Gabbard and Chase Smith.
Since 1919, Mine Service Company has been servicing the coal mining industry with quality general mine supplies. Mine Service Company offers a wide range of products including electrical cable, mine roof support material, lubricants, conveyor belts and structure, drain pipe, underground miner cap lights. They even have muck and Matterhorn boots and a wide selection of knee pads. Mine Service, locally owned on Highway 15 just south of Hazard, also with a branch on Business 23 in Wise, Virginia. Celebrating over 100 years in the mining industry. Mine Service Company.
WSGS.
Welcome back, folks, to Knott County Central High School, where the Estill County Engineers just defeated the Hazard Bulldogs 2-0 to claim the 2024 14th Region Baseball Championship. I'm Jeff Campbell along with Jarrett Naker. And Jarrett, just a very impressive win from Estill County, but your heart breaks for Hazard.
Yeah, sort of hard to, just analyze this game. It's, 2 great teams, obviously, throughout the 14th Region Tournament. We've seen games like this, with teams like Wolfe County and Powell County and Knott County come to mind that were so close and, really talented throughout the year, and just, the ball didn't fall their way at the end. But ultimately, it's the Estill County Engineers who were able to come out of this 14th Regional Tournament, one that's, been more wide open than in recent memory maybe, and, they were able to tune up really at the right time as this win moves them to 16 and 17, so they're staying below 500. I know they played a really tough schedule, But, just talk about peaking at the right time, and they played some great baseball, and they're going to be a quality team for the 14th in the state tournament.
Yeah, 16 wins on the season for Estill County, 5 of those coming here in the postseason. They won the 56th district, so 2 wins there, 3 wins in the regional tournament. Hazard will finish their season up at 24-12. And I went back real quick during that last break, and Hazard has only been shut out 2 times all season long, both to Estill County. They lost at Estill 1-0 and tonight 2-0. And I just have to wonder if Jack Sneese was the pitcher in both those games.
Right. And, we talked about that a little bit before the game. Hazard winning the first matchup this season 9-6, but then dropping that game at Estill 1-0. And you thought, that was probably a pitcher's duel between maybe Neese and, potentially Tucker Napier. Might have been Gage Logan as well. And, one of the, just trying to manage pitching, especially if a team has seen somebody in the regular season. And I think that, Estill County just comfortable in rolling out Neese, and after getting to watch him in a couple of these 14th region games, he pitched against Leslie County the first time as well. Not sure if he earned the decision in that one, but I would go ahead and notch him for the win. But the quality arm that, has really propelled this Engineer team, obviously, into a contender and now a champion.
And Hazard, once again, they in their season at 24-12, but the Bulldogs will be back next year. They only graduate 1 senior on this team, and Skylar Cheney, and the other 8 guys, a lot of experience on a high-quality team, and they'll be a force to contend with next year in the 54th district and the 14th region.
Yeah, your heart breaks for Hazard, and especially Skylar Cheney, just a stalwart out there in right field, and a great hitter with great back control speed, like we mentioned. But they're going to be back. Coach Barney, first year at Hazard. I hate to end it in a loss in a championship game, but a lot of promise being shown there. But ultimately, I think tonight, you're going to walk away from the stadium knowing that Estill County was a deserving 14th region champion, and feeling good for those kids and that program after all they've been through, and how they've handled it and presented themselves as really class act.
You're exactly right, Jared. And once again, Estill County will move on to the state tournament. They will take on Hopkinsville, the winners of the second region, next Friday, June the 7th at 8:30 p.m., and that game will be at the Legends Field there in Lexington, Kentucky, and we certainly want to wish the Engineers the best of luck moving forward in the state tournament. We'll go ahead and wrap this one up. Jarrett, man, it's been a pleasure all season long. I enjoy sitting in with you on these games, and your insight, provides a lot of, commentary for our folks at home, and it's been appreciated, buddy.
Yeah, always a joy to call a game with you as well. Look forward to it every time we get the opportunity. It's been a great season, and looking forward to next season already.
Yeah, it'll be football season, folks. Maybe the next time you hear us on the East Kentucky Sports Network, just 100 or so days away before the high school football season starts. But for everybody at the East Kentucky Sports Network, Jarrett, myself, Jeff Campbell, Robbie back at the station, Michael Dwayne, John Newell, Randy Napier, Nathan Little, Scott Napier, Philip Neese, and the list goes on. We appreciate you folks for tuning us in. We thank all of our sponsors for your continued support and for supporting athletes here in Eastern Kentucky. Till next time, folks, take it easy. Have a good summer from everyone right here on your East Kentucky Sports Network.
WSGS. Here we go. With studios in the historic